I can, but like that I can't.
Oh shit! Oh, we're here. We're live.
We
Are
back.
we live? We're live?
I think we're live.
Hey,
I
if you
just
turn
counted
your
down.
phone, if you hold your phone like I got, Jasper, then you'll see the comments. You got to turn it vertical. What's up, guys and gals? We're smoking on some Granddaddy Perp.
What are we smoking on? Bubblegum Sherb from
Double
Seed
gum. What?
Junkie. Sherb.
Sherb.
Look at Hannah, knocked it out the park already.
Based
She
out
knew
of, oh,
exactly
shit.
who it
What was
was.
it? I'm
Oh, Dr. Dave
fine.
Bowen.
Oh,
She said things good.
Yeah, in 1 minute. Nailed it. Jeff smoking
He's ready.
Super Booth. Oh boy, has it been a minute?
Yeah.
I think
been
we
a hot
almost
minute.
forgot how to even tune this in.
It's been a minute because I thought it was 43, so I went back to my little dialogue there and was looking, and I made the fire, set everything up 43, and then I looked and I apparently I was high or just didn't see it or smoking. That's 44. So 44 instead of 43. Well, we got a guy. He's been on a streak here, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. You got power back? Do I got power back? I got power back. We got power, dog.
Well, hold up.
Oh boy, we'll get him in here. Oh boy.
Oh shit! Flexing on him. Flexing on
Apparently Jasper Dome was out of power. Now he got power.
Man, we got power.
Nice.
All right, we'll have internet back here in a minute, and I can switch to the laptop. This phone
What's going on,
sucks.
sir?
Oh, just got to my hotel finally. So.
Oh yeah, you still two cycling during the week? Or two wheeling?
Yeah, I have to come out to California for the week to do some training for the engine department guys. So I left yesterday, and my first flight was delayed, and then I missed my second flight, and then they couldn't get me here till today. So it's been a long trip.
Man, I came from Florida one time, and I was so adamant about getting there on time, and I was there in the airport for like 12 hours before I finally caught a plane. That sucked.
Yeah, yesterday we pulled out onto the runway and sat out there for almost 3 hours.
Oh shit!
Just sitting on the runway, I was like, oh, this sucks.
When we flew to Warren Woods the last time, where did we go last time? Ohio. When we flew to Ohio, we're at DFW, which is the big airport where I'm at, and we were on one side. They made us drive all the way around, all the way over to the other side, and we were 47th in line. And then they shut it down because the lights were on. And then they said, well, if you go over on the other side, we can get you taken off a lot sooner. And then we went back over there to where we originally were at, and we were still like 14, which barely made it to Ohio just to even get the rental car because we were like 2.5 hours late.
Yeah. Yeah, flying's fun sometimes because you're just on their schedule. Whatever they got going on, you're along for the ride.
I'll be on the cover.
Where do you fly into?
So I fly out of O'Hare all the time. And then like coming out here, I can either make a connection in Denver or LAX or San Francisco, but my destination is Paso Robles. So I fly into San Luis Obispo, which is a small airport.
Yeah.
So there's always a connection whenever I come out here.
Where's that? What direction is that?
It's the central coast of California.
Okay.
So it's like right in between LA and San Francisco.
Okay.
It's a cool area up here. I mean, it's way better than being down south, but you fly into a little bitty airport, so there's limited flights in and out.
Is the test track hard packed or soft? Saying?
Depends on how it's prepped. This time of year, it's hard.
What? What? Do you say prep?
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on how it's how well it's been watered and dialed in. But.
Is it true what they say about the blondes in San Francisco? The reason why they don't wear short mini skirts because the balls show.
Columbus, like we did last year.
I stay out of San Francisco, so I can't tell you about that.
You can be honest on this show.
If I go to San Francisco, it's to the airport and back out.
Well, I mean, you see them at the airport, then.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking top. I'm just having fun, people. Don't kill me.
Oh yeah.
So I guess racing. You've been doing pretty good here lately.
Yeah, I've haven't been out as much as I want to be, but when I've been out, it's been a success. So.
And it ain't like you had wasn't War in the Woods like your first actual weekend back?
No. War in the Woods was the first round of outdoors that we did. We ended up doing 3 rounds of outdoors, and that was the first one. So I was like driving to the airport. I was pretty bummed that I wasn't driving to War in the Woods.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't too far. No, wait, or is it Ohio? Was your? I can't remember. I thought I talked to you. You said you ain't been back. You've been working a lot. You ain't had time with the car.
Yeah, Magnolia, that race that Chris Lane put on was the first weekend that I got to be out. And then I did a street race up by Joliet, and then KD. So
With that big 26-inch win.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, those tires are fun. I think more people should put them on and try them. So.
Big difference, or?
I never make any changes. I run the same thing. Like at War in the Woods when I was running 2 classes, we were just switching tires and a couple clicks on suspension, and that's it. So I've only made 3 passes on them outside of competition. So I put them on. My car liked them, and we went racing on it.
Still haven't really leaned on the Coyote yet, have you?
I mean, it's got more in it, so I try to stay away from front side because I don't want to have to lean on it that hard. But the couple times I have, I mean, it takes it. It's happy with it. So
when you ran,
and what's your build?
Firebird, what did you have in it? A lot.
I think I made 14 pounds of boost on that surface, so on the 26. So yeah, it goes pretty good on not a lot of boost. So.
Yeah.
And what is that build?
Twin turbo Coyote. So it's I have TKM sleeve the block, and then I do everything else in house. So it's a lot of people are kind of blown away by the fact I run Gen 1 heads just because I can buy them cheap off Marketplace. A lot of people are kind of blown away by that, but they seem to work. Seems to be happy.
And those are no porting, just stock castings?
I do my own porting on them, so I
Nice.
usually start on them and then regret that decision right away because you get one port done and I'm like, man, there's a lot more to go.
Nice.
But yeah, they're Gen 1 heads. I do porting on them. I do SI valves in them with a valve spring kit. Other than that, there's stock retainers, stock keepers, stock rockers, stock lifters. It's a lot of stock stuff in there, actually. But,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, so
And you
let's
just
dive
won.
in real
Where was
quick.
y'all at last weekend? Was it Milan?
Yeah,
Yep.
Milan.
Where was y'all at this weekend?
I didn't go anywhere this weekend because I flew out yesterday.
Check.
We were kind of looking around at some different stuff, and nothing really made sense to be able to leave.
Shit.
How high are you?
Happened.
Did you guys have a storm you lost power, Jasper, or just
Oh boy.
something weird going on?
Yeah, we had a storm come through. What am I doing wrong here? But we got power back, and I'm getting the laptop booted up right now so that I can see what people are saying at the same time or add photos. Welcome back, dude. What are you doing to me? Will just let me do this while I do this? Email. I'm on StreamYard. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 9.
Check.
I can hear you.
What just happened?
We could hear you the whole time.
Oh shit.
Okay, now we're talking. This dude is gone. Dink. I should have took that guy off. Studio. Bam. Okay. I don't know. We're doing better, but Limpy has disappeared.
Yeah, he went away.
Okay. Woo. So Brian, give everyone a little rundown of like where you came from, what you did before racing, how unbelievably small amount of time you've had into racing to be kicking all our asses, and we'll let you go from there.
Yeah, so I did dirt bike racing for since I was 14 until. Yep, we got you. When I was 14, I started racing dirt bikes and did that for up until, I still do it for a job, but I raced myself up until 2020. When I was in high school, I broke my right wrist in gym class. I had a local doctor put the wrong screw in it, and it killed half of a bone in my wrist. And in like late 19, early 20, I was really starting to struggle with, after I'd ride my dirt bike, I couldn't do anything with my thumb or 2 fingers for almost 3 days. Like, can't pick a phone up, turn an alarm off, like pretty bad. So I was kind of looking for something else to do. And one of my buddies, I had my Audi that I kind of messed with a little bit back in like 2012, 2013. I did some stuff with an Audi A4. And when COVID hit, I got that back out and was kind of enjoying some stuff with that. And then I went and did a hat race down in the Joliet area, and I won a hat race down there, and I was like, this is actually pretty sick. Like, but that was all-wheel drive, so I knew that that wasn't going to last very long. And one of my buddies was like, one Sunday night was like, you need to build a Mustang, put an LS in it. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And he got all mad at me. And 2 days later, I was like, hey, I think I'm going to build a Mustang. And he was on his lunch break and found me a Fox body. And I went and bought it 2 days later and decided to build it with an LS in it originally and got into racing. So that was, I finished up that car. I really had no idea what I was doing. I started building on it, didn't know what my plan was, didn't really have a direction with it. I knew what I was putting in it for a motor and transmission, but as far as everything else, I didn't know. I just kind of started building it, started studying some other people's builds, different information. I ended up finishing it in September of 2021 and started racing from that point forward. My first several weeks out with it, I went and chased Schoolboy because he was the guy in our area. So I was like, well, I'm going to go chase the fast guy.
I think that's when I met you on the street out there, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. That was my second weekend out with the second weekend racing with the car. So
You had that thing fucking rolling.
But yeah, I ended up going to the final with Schoolboy there. But yeah, like I said, I chose to go chase him because I'm like, if I'm going to learn, I've always said chase the fast guy. Wherever they beat you, have a notepad, pay attention to where they beat you, and know where you need to get better. And yeah, it's kind of been just racing ever since. So I still do motorcycles as a job. I work for Factory Beta now. I'm the crew chief for the Supercross team, the GNCC side, all the off-road guys. I take care of all the spec sheets and builds and maintenance programs and all that stuff. And kind of, I do all the engines and ECU tuning for the Supercross team and all that also. So yeah, kind of a little bit of my background. But
So what do you have more fun doing? Working on betas or working on your Mustang?
Oh, I enjoy all of it. I mean, my Mustang's definitely my hobby. My dirt bikes are still kind of my passion. Shouldn't say kind of. I really enjoy the R&D side. I really enjoy digging into making them better. And it's kind of cool being a part of a factory team where we have a little bit more access to stuff. And I'm in direct contact with the engineers in Italy. So if I have ideas or different stuff that we want to try, I can contact them. And if they've, kind of done anything with it, I have access to some of their parts. If not, we just kind of bounce ideas off of each other. And it's actually a really cool opportunity. But so I enjoy both of them, probably equal, I would say. But
so who's the coolest rider?
Both of our riders are awesome. So I can't say one of them's cooler than the other.
Outside of the beta team, who's the coolest? Is it AP?
Outside of the beta team, you're kind of outside of the beta team. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with probably my brother. So my brother Kyle. So because he took away. It's a toss-up. I have a couple favorites, but not family. Cade Clayson was always my favorite guy. Really enjoyed working with him. Beta team, Carlin Gardner I really, really enjoyed working with him too, but he's the team manager of Beta, so that kind of eliminates him off that list if you say non-beta team. But yeah.
So Tim's got a question. How did the car get the name Rotten Apple?
Kind of came about because whenever I did the New Edge, it was red, and my cars are never overly nice looking. We were going to name it the Bad Apple, but we discovered quickly that someone else already had that name, so we decided to call it the Rotten Apple, which kind of fits because it's never very clean, never very nice. So It's a fitting name for it.
So real quick, let's dive in a little bit on the crash at War in the Woods. What happened during that crash and the modifications you made that would not allow that to happen again?
So that wreck was a tough one because I spent a lot of time looking everything over, trying to figure out what happened, because when that thing turned, it turned extremely quick on me. And the one thing that I've told guys who put 26s on is a 26 does not go as many passes as a 28 will. And I'm 99% convinced that I wore my 26s out because the 26 is actually a really stiff tire. And when I took them off after War in the Woods and set them there, they wanted to fall over. Like the sidewalls were just beat on them. I don't count passes on my tires. I measure the depth of the wear bars, so the depth of the holes in them. And when they get to a certain point, I take them off and turn them into test tires. Well, my 26s, I ran only on stuff with a good 60 foot. I ran them at War in the Woods, ran them at Gangster's Paradise, ran them at KD. So the tread wasn't actually wore out on them, but I think I wore the sidewall out. And obviously, War in the Woods has a lot of transitions. And when it crossed one of them transitions, I was faced a little bit to the right, like it was not going perfectly straight. And I think that the sidewall being wore out like it was caused it to lose traction and just shoot hard left like it did. That one, I mean, I obviously came out of it fine, but the scariest part of that for me was the thought of going over the wall. When I hit that wall, I thought I was going over, and I thought the next thing I was going to see is just people going everywhere. And that
I kind of
scared me
figured
pretty bad.
everyone there thought that.
Yeah. I don't know if any of you guys saw me after the wreck, but I was in a good mood. I wasn't upset that I wrecked my car at all. I was happy that I didn't go over the wall, didn't hit anybody, didn't hit, Matt in the other lane. Like, my main concern was just evaluating what caused it to happen and what I could do to make the car better. When I went home, we drove home on Sunday, stopped and took like an hour nap. And when I got home on Sunday, unloaded the car, put it in the garage, and just kind of sat there and looked at it, figuring out, what made it want to climb the wall, looking at, what possibly went wrong. When I built the car, like I said, I really had no direction with it. And I left factory strut towers, factory frame rails. The rear was all factory geometry. I did a lot of stuff just because I've always, when I was doing it, there was talks about rules of this rule, that rule. And what made it climb the wall like it did is how I built like the, K-member underneath the factory frame rails. Everything folded back underneath the factory frame rail, and it didn't actually damage the frame rail, but it all came back underneath of it. And on a Mustang, those factory frame rails are so high that I think that's what made it want to climb the wall. Because if you looked at it, and it was sitting there afterwards, it's just kind of folded back and made a ramp out of it. So I decided to make some changes to it. I know that we were going to do something about safety last fall, and we never got around to it, but I made some changes to it, and I went to a lower tube style front end just because that's going to be a lot safer. If you do hit a wall that's a shorter wall like that, it's going to, want to deflect off of it versus want to go up and over it. So, I mean, that was something that, I looked at, and if you're doing a build and you're building a small tire car, if you don't have, rules that you're trying to fit like that, I actually think it is safer to do, more of a tube style front end versus a factory, frame rail front end, just to try to prevent it from doing that. One of the other things that I did is once I hit the wall, it ripped a front wheel off. So I lost all my brakes because I just had a single master cylinder on it. I ended up going to a Willwood, dual master cylinder pedal setup. So there's one for the front and one for the rear. That way, if I ever were to lose a front wheel again, or, something like that happens, I still have brakes. Because when I was going back across the track and I hit those, the concrete blocks on the other side, I had no steering, no brakes. I was just along for the ride of wherever it was going. And that was another thing that I looked at, and I was just like, it's nobody really talks about that and, builds and that kind of stuff, but having two separate, brake master cylinders, one for the front, one for the rear, it's really not more expensive. And I think it's something that, more guys should consider doing, just because if something happens, it still gives you the opportunity to, have some kind of brakes. So.
Yeah, we do it on Jeff's car. My car probably could use an upgrade.
And it's just, I don't know. It's one of those things that, I think sometimes we all get complacent in the fact that it works. It doesn't have any issues, and it, it's easy to do. You're like, hey, it's good. The worst part is I had that setup sitting there and I just hadn't put it in because I didn't have an issue with it. You know how that goes sometimes. You're like, hey, I'm going to get around to doing this.
I could say right now.
We're all the same way. Like, I know we are.
I got like a whole fire suppression kit sitting up there that I haven't put in my car yet. And I always feel like a jackwagon for not doing it. We had, like I said, once again, Jeff is a lot smarter than me. And his is in. So we're good to go in that car, but mine is.
Yeah.
Should put it in.
The other thing I bought was a Hans device. I know I've always seen you wear a Hans device, and it's something that I talked about doing and just never did. And after that hit, I mean, luckily I walked away from that. I wasn't sore at all. I got off pretty easy, and but I bought a Hans device just because they're really not that expensive, and I feel like there's a lot of benefit to it. So
yeah, so like for my deal, I was just like you. I had a 10-point New Edge. It didn't even have like a fun car halo or nothing. Yeah. And when we hit that hay bale, I had a seat that was too big and all these things that, you know what I mean? We just kind of threw this shit together and we thought, well, we'd never wreck, like we're good to go. And then we wrecked into that hay bale. It broke 2 ribs, but nothing bad. You know what I mean? Like I got right out of the car. I was laughing. Kind of like you, I wasn't mad. I was more pumped I was alive because back then there was no cement. So when I went off at the big end across the stripe, like I went into a hay bale. And if we would have missed the hay bale, I was going driver's door first into a tree. Yeah. And that's like what I thought was happening. But after that, I was fine all night. Obviously the 2 broken ribs bugged me. And, I had to like kind of hold an arm down all night. But nothing too bad. But the next morning when I woke up, like my whiplash was like pretty bad. I was like, whoa, I didn't even notice that last night. And then I got lucky, and Aaron Johnson, which is a local guy that runs like LDR, super fast dude, like the only dude that like drives his car around that's an LDR car, like around town and stuff. He ended up he upgraded to a Hans and gave me his next gen.
Nice.
And so that's what you saw me wear from that moment on. When we come back out 2 weeks later with the orange car, I had that next gen on. And now Jeff's dad grabbed me a like carbon ultralight Hans with that nitro helmet. So like we even do more. And a couple people have already been like, bro, that helmet's probably overkill or whatever, because it's got the sleeve that comes down and the filters. But in Jeff's car, it's all steel, all glass. So, like, if I smash both sides, it's not like my car. I'm not kicking the door in half and getting out.
Yeah.
Like, I might be stuck in there till we kick a window out or break a window somehow. And I want to breathe for as long as I fucking can while this is all burning down. I don't want to, like, pass out coughing because I smoke so much weed and can't breathe in the fire. So, like, that's why I went that route, even though, like, most people don't run that unless you run heavy nitro because it's so shitty to breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I even overkill it now. I got 4 kids. It'd be super selfish of me not to at least try to take advantage of every safety precaution we can do so I can hopefully come home and throw them in the pool.
Yeah. Well, and that's something that I probably should upgrade. Like I wear a moto helmet, which is far as like protection for hitting your head. I don't know if there's a better helmet out there.
But if you catch on fire, you're just blazing in the smoke, until you get out.
Yeah, that's, as far as like protecting my head, it's extremely safe. But I agree. As far as fire goes, it would, not.
You
gonna
wear
be that
gloves, right?
I don't. I should.
Man, see, so this is why I wear gloves. I never wear gloves either. I'm not like I'll never dog anyone out for doing exactly what I did until I decided, whoa, I'm dumb. What am I doing? I did it too. But why I wear gloves is during COVID, like the heart of COVID, they held this huge race at Cincy where they do Cincy street nights and stuff. And it was bare, like Cash Days, Kentucky style. I swear to God, like the first one. Like I think we ran 15 pairs of first round before this problem happened. And out of that 15 pair, there were 10 wrecks. Like it was brutal.
It's bad.
So we were like 10th pair or whatever, and we get back to our pit and we're down on the big end and we're like watching, because some of the Michigan guys are going like at this point, we're like at 15th pair, and it's Nick Puyak in that Dirty 30, the original, and D'Ambrose from up here at Michigan. And they take off and they're both kind of, going back and forth. And then all of a sudden, Dirty 30 loses it, flips onto his side, and it catches on fire. And we start running for it. And it was like 25, 30 feet away. We already knew, like, oh, God, we can't even get to this thing. Like, it was so hot. There was no way you were going to run up on it. And then he come piling out the driver's door because it was on its side and ended up like just flopping out onto the pavement and running over to us. And when he held up his hands, because obviously this truck had hot metal and burning all over and plastic and seat cover, and it like melted his hands. And he was like, dude, if I wore my gloves, I might not have even got burned.
Yeah.
It was crazy because then, like, obviously we had to call the fire department and all that. So all these cops come in and we're like trying to bail because, like, we're older. So we knew right off the bat, okay, we're in trouble. We got to get the fuck out of here. Like, the cops are not going to be happy on these lockdowns that there's people from like 10 states and we're all like, just, it was bad. Cops pull up. We're like trying to get out. We're like first. And the cop's like, nope, blocks the gate. And we're like, fuck. And he comes down and he's like, don't go anywhere. And he keeps walking. And I see like every truck he's going by, he's like looking at the plate. And then he's shaking his head. Because like I can see Kendall Goins behind me from Kansas and like Nick Taylor from Indiana. And I'm just seeing one state after another. And he ends up walking back up to me after the fourth one. And he's like, dude, just get the fuck out of here and don't come back. And I was like, all right. And away we went.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If he would have wore his gloves, I don't even think he burns his hands.
Yeah.
And they were burnt bad.
I need to like wear them and do some testing. I tried wearing them and like just the trans brake button and the way that I put my thumb on it and the way that I
That's why you got to rock that
off.
sweet trigger.
I know. I have one of the triggers too. I haven't tried it, but I just like the way that I move my thumb on the trans brake button. It just like I tried putting gloves on it. It's just weird, which I need to.
But I mean, you get treed all the time anyway. So why don't you just like switch?
Yeah.
And get used to the gloves. No, I'm just messing with you.
I only get treated by you.
That's because I got
you know I've never beat you. You know I've never beat you.
Yeah, but neither. Well, I guess the Onondaga race was like a race somewhat. But then I watched you figure it out next round, and it would have been like a really close race, or like you might have got us. So I watch you figure so much out, like as you go through a race. So like I consider myself super lucky that you're pretty open with me about stuff. Probably because I don't tell anyone, like everyone else you tell that goes and tells someone instantly. That's been my experience in this too. You try to get like that one dude that, okay, we'll share some shit. Because some of these guys have like power teams that are like 8 dudes all getting data and similar cars. And I'm just like, fuck. But it's fun watching you like figure shit out. Because a lot of guys show up and then they don't really figure it out. You know what I mean? They struggle, they go home, they test, then they figure it out. Like you figure things out extremely quick.
Yeah, I mean I just think that a lot of that comes from my racing experience with motorcycles and, dealing with how much a motorcycle track changes, throughout the night.
Yes,
And just the
especially like
ability.
outdoor Moto 1 to Moto 2 with the ruts and stuff. Like,
Well,
I
and not
imagine
only that, but like
so
sometimes
much
I
is
always did a lot of the stadium stuff, like the nighttime stuff. So you might start out during the day when the sun's up and then the sun goes down and the dew starts coming up through the dirt and like it changes
yeah.
a
Now it's
lot.
slick.
Yeah.
All the
So I
flat.
think that really helps my ability to, see what it's doing and figure out what what the differences are, just because with racing dirt bikes, that's what you're dealing with for
I
all the time. So
Are they running traction control in motocross or supercross yet?
no.
Is
Nope.
that not allowed?
You
Or
can't
no
run
one's
any wheel speed sensors.
okay.
So
But another okay.
yeah, you can't run wheel speed sensors. So
I'll message you later.
oh yeah,
Well, I mean, I run 4 traction controls on my car, and a couple of them aren't a wheel speed sensors. So I don't know if maybe we could skirt a few rules here real quick and see what we can do.
we can't run wheel speed sensors.
All right, I love that. I don't
Yeah.
want to, be Jimmy Dale or anything. Oh, what do you think about that? And like everyone's saying his car's a small tire car. Like, yeah, it probably could compete small tire at like cash days like where you guys were at the Hill.
Yeah.
But if you go to like War in the Woods or Cincy Street Nights, I don't know if that old nitrous car with one kid or whatever. Not saying they can't add to it, but
yeah.
I really didn't think it was hurting the spirit of the
My take on that is if it says it has to have working turn signals, lights, yada yada yada, I think that they should have to be operated from the driver's seat, as it was, like a.
Okay, well, to try to clear my name, at Muncie, you used to have a working charging and cooling system.
Yeah.
And I did have cooling at the time. I don't anymore, but I did back then. But I didn't have an alternator on because one time at Oklahoma, as Limpy remembers, I had to run Kendall Goins. We like made it to the final 8 at Hartshorn, me and Jeff. And I drew Kendall, and I got halfway down as I'm like grabbing scramble, and it through the alternator belt and clipped the crank trigger.
Yeah.
And when I got back, I was like, we're never doing this again. And then tried to throw it away. Luckily, we didn't because I had to go get gas because we ran out in Illinois. So I had to unload the car and go get gas for the diesel and come back. It was crazy. But so when we went to Muncie, I didn't have an alternator. I went to like charging it. And so I was nervous because it was my first Muncie. And, they might not have cared because that was kind of a very loose race. But I didn't want to, drive all the way there and find out wrong. So what we did is took a Milwaukee drill and hooked it to the end of the alternator and then hooked one wire to the battery. And right before I would run, Phil would pop my trunk and zip tie the Milwaukee drill wide open like we did the fuel pump and run the alternator down. Now it had a working charging. It was legitly charging the car.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean
that one okay?
I mean, you have a working charging system that is operational.
It was working from the cockpit when I was going, and most people don't run their alternator on a swell. Well, maybe they probably do. That's the joke too, that I can pull up there and shut my alternator off with a switch if it's in the regular spot and not have any of the drag.
Yeah.
I guess if that's what you're worried about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I don't like any of the rules. I mean, I like just
I do too. That's why I race
rules.
What we race
and
now.
Because you run into so many areas where like the other side to that is that Did that affect the way the car went down the track in any way, shape, or form? No. Did it go any faster because the turn signals were the way that they were? Absolutely not. So, like, that's where rules just always turn into, you know, like what matters and what doesn't, you know, because did it make the car any slower, any faster? Absolutely not. Did it change the outcome of the race? No. But if you're going to put rules, like,
You gotta follow the rules. You follow the rules.
Yeah.
But I get it. I don't know. Like, I guess like kind of the way they explained it was the rules were just like you had to have working. It didn't say they had to be working from the cockpit, or did they?
I don't know. I mean,
it didn't even say. It
no.
just said kind of like the alternator needed to be a working thing. Like in my case, they would have had to say must have charging system running off motor.
Yeah.
And then it would have disqualified my drill, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've joked about it. My buddy and Chris and I have joked about it. Like, you know, when they say must have full interior, like you could show up, I could throw a full set of full interior in the back of my car as ballast and say it's got full interior. You know, like.
No, I say that with Jeff's car all the time. Like Jeff's car is that car that like shouldn't exist. All steel, all glass, power windows, stock factory dash. All I do is put a passenger seat in, put an intercooler on the front with ethanol, and like, where do you want to go?
Yeah.
Like we're rolling up with a 3,000 horse true street car.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like some places it might not be an advantage. We go to the back of Milan and try to run True Street with Jeff's car like that. We're going to get smoked by Joey LaRoe.
Yeah.
If we go to Cincy, like, dude, it's going to look embarrassing when you put half a track on every single dude in the class. Like,
yeah.
I like no rules.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. The rules thing, you know, always becomes hard because who's going to police it? Who's going to, you know.
So like, I do guess like Jimmy Dale said too, you got to have a DOT tire, but they're all using a slick that's like, you know, the old,
basically a cheater slick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, is it even really that slow? Like at War in the Woods, you can run an 11.5 cheater slick.
Yeah.
I don't know what the sidewall's like, but if the sidewall was the same, that extra width, I think would probably even help or at least be the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
yeah, I mean,
I do like watching them all bicker back and forth. I mean, it's amazing in the comment section and everything. We got like a controversy right now here with Chuck. Did you see that? There was a race flag last night and the guy didn't get enough time. So to break it down, what happened was there was a grudge race. They went out on the street. The one guy come in and said that, you know, dude, I take like 15, 20 seconds to build boost. Which I don't know how anyone does that without burning. I mean, you must be burning the transmission fluid clean out of this thing every pass.
You're burning yourself down.
Correct. But that's what he said. And then when Chuck was flagging the race, he's waiting the 20 seconds for that dude to come up. Then he goes to the other lane and gives him only like 2 or 3 waves and bangs the light. And like my view on it, and I'm sure Limpy can agree, for one, flagging's the hardest fucking shit you'll do. I don't care what anyone says. Like I had to flag that race between Manuel and Tabors in Florida the night before the Cletus race. These dudes hand me 20 grand that I had to stuff in my pockets in front of 4,000 shady motherfuckers. And now I'm in charge of 20 grand that's not mine. And I win nothing from fucking doing this, you know? So I'm like, okay, throw this all in my pocket. Then you sit there and explain to them because, you know, I've done this for so long. I've seen every fucking failure there is. I'm like, bro, do you both, you know, what do you build boost at? How many seconds you estimate? How many seconds you estimating? I'm going to do it just like Limpy because that's what I like. So I'm going to wave at you till you're ready. And this fist means you are fucking locked. And I'm paying attention to the other lane at the same time. So if you go up when he goes up, don't expect me to wave at you for another 10 seconds. Like, you'll both be burnt down and screaming at me you burnt the tranny up. And I'm not dumb. I can hear it popping. You know what I mean? So I kind of like don't know how to perceive that because it can happen either way. Like, so in my opinion, if I was the dude in the other lane and someone comes to me and is like, which this has happened before multiple times in my run here, I take 20 seconds and I'm always like, okay. So then as soon as the flagger looks at them, knows this starts going up, I count to about 5 and then I start going in.
Yeah.
And if I burn down, I burn down. But like, I ain't
Yeah.
going to fuck this up because I know after 5 seconds, your count can get we're all human.
Oh, yeah.
Like it can get a little skewed. I don't care who you are. So like, I'm fucking ready, you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of see a combination of both, you know, like maybe it sucks that if you're a flagger, you got to explain this much. Hey, if you build boost for 10 seconds and I hear this guy go up too, I'm not going to give you this many waves. So be fucking ready for the light.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard too, because if you're in the opposite lane, like you've been in enough cars, I've been in enough cars, even if I don't know the car, I can tell when it's getting close to coming on the chip, and I know that I better be putting it to the floor and getting on my chip.
Correct.
Like
that's when I do a nod. I do a nod one way or the other. Like, hey, all right, get ready.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, Limpy, I'm always impressed with you because you can watch a car, it can come up 1 or 2 times. It's a brand new car, and you know when it's on the chip. Like I tell people that, I'm like, what Limpy does is not an easy job, and he's really good at it because he flags a lot of cars across the country. And you remember, I mean, like when we're giving a thumbs up, I notice like you're basically locking us as the thumb's coming up because you already know just the sound of the car and where it's at. And like, and it's not just with me. I noticed
all of us. Like I always talk about the me and Callie Nate race where he just looked at both of us and was like, both these dudes take 3 seconds. I ain't going to leave anyone out here for 10. There's no point.
Yeah.
He just boo, 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 bam. And away we went. And neither one of us even hesitated. We were just like, because we know 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Like,
yeah.
Now, I don't expect everyone to have the knowledge to do that. That's fine. But
no, that's really hard to do.
20 seconds, dude, you need to get a hold of someone. If you got to fucking pay someone, whatever you got to do to get that 2-step a little faster, add nitrous. Like there is no excuse for 20 seconds. Like,
well, and Chuck does a good
your
job.
Your training
too,
guy's gonna love you. Your training guy probably don't want. He probably wants you to
probably his favorite customer in every week. Like,
yeah, and Chuck does a good job too. So I mean, he didn't do anything intentional to like, you know, to
there's fucking.
Like,
so I'll say this too, that now let's say you make it through the flagging part. Now you're also fucking responsible for the jump, the cross, and the finish line.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you don't want to be that dude. Like it is rugged. That's why like after about the first year of doing it, I made the decision that when we're in the driver's meeting and we all agree this dude makes the call. Yeah. That means right now I am agreeing to this guy is not crooked. I'm trusting what he says. I know he's not out here to favor or fuck anyone over. And it's it. Yeah. So I don't even go up there and get mad. I don't nothing. I want to see it. I want to see it with my eyes. And even if I feel like we should be rerunning, but you call the other lane, I fucking accept it and walk away.
Yeah.
And you don't see me go to Facebook and be like, hey, I got fucked over.
Yeah.
Like,
well, also, if it's a jump or whatever, then I mean, most times I can, I don't have no skin in the game because I don't care either way. So I can see if it's a jump or if it's not. Some people that have skin in the game, they can't, their eyes won't let them see it because if it's that close, and they can't see it. That's just the way it is.
For sure.
Nothing. I mean, it would be my way if I had skin in the game. I wouldn't be able to see it, or I would see it.
And that's exactly why I said I accept their answer, whether I feel it's wrong or right, and just go back to my trailer and start helping someone else that's racing. Like I don't get all pissed. I go find something else fun to do, or we start, really partying. But either way,
and I try to show people. I try to show people, and if they can see it, they can see it. If they can't, then I attempted to show you. You know what I mean?
Well, and I've seen people argue before too that I didn't jump because my front bumper didn't move. And it's like, that's why it's a tire crack, because you can't, you know what I mean? I've just seen different arguments, and I'm like, that's why it's a tire crack, because if the tire moves, the tire wrinkles, it's a jump. So
That's where
but, you know, some of
the
the
whole race
track
starts.
guys are
From
like,
back there, boom. You know?
yeah,
Yeah, the track guys are acting like we got rollout here with a tree, and it's like,
Yeah.
dude, there's no lasers out here. If that thing fucking moves with a frame that doesn't have the light lit, yow. Like,
yeah, plain and simple.
and now the argument is they're wanting to do arm drop, chases a race from here on out, because Chuck's mad that people were saying that he fucked this dude over, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go back to the grift. I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, no,
I mean,
I don't
this is
want
going
people
backwards.
sitting at the line. People come to see people go down. I
Yeah.
come there to race the dude next to me and find out who is fastest right now at this exact time. I
Yeah.
don't go there to play some game where I sit and collect $500.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. I'll go do more work. I can make more than $500. Like, just no arm drop for me. And I don't mind, like, maybe once in a blue moon, you know what I mean? I'll go do something different and try it out.
Yeah.
And if I lose on a jump or a sit or whatever, I accept it and was like, that was fun anyways. But it's not what I want to do every time I go out, for sure. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, and we've done some different stuff too. One night we did a race where there was like, you know, some street cars, some cars that could be street driven, and some race cars. And we just did the street cars all got the hit, you know, which, I mean, you can do
What we
some
used to do back in the day.
you know, some different stuff, and it's kind of fun because it's like it throws a different dynamic in, you know, that but yeah, the arm drop chases a race is tough, because it's like, I don't know, some people will, you know, some people are really good at guessing it because they do it all the time. The guys who red light all the time, and them are the ones that are tough to beat. So
Like I said,
trying to mix that up.
Pimpy knows too. I can guess a light. Like, the light we guessed on Ryan might have been like is so possibly close. I don't think there was a person in the building, Ryan or me included, that thought it was clean. And then Ryan's like, I got to see it. And then we looked at it, and he's like, my fucking God. Like,
yeah.
but still,
Pretty
like,
close
I
to
don't want to
same
run
frame,
Chase's
I think.
race. And if I did, my strategy would have to be like, I'm going to leave a tiny bit early. Like, when he goes up, and even like probably about when he goes up, I'm going to leave, because you're going to not be sure. What is the jump? Here, by hips?
Yeah.
Who knows? The flagger makes it up as they go. Like, it's fucking weird. I don't like it.
I don't think anybody will ever guess the light as good as Bobby Ducote at Mega Cash Days. Every single one, he guessed the light and hit it perfect. Did you watch that at all?
Yes.
And he's like, I'm not guessing. And I'm like, dude. Like,
What do you mean? Like, that's not possible.
I kept waiting for him to red light, and he just kept hitting it perfect. And I was like, this dude's an animal.
What is your next race?
My next race, I'm going to King of Columbus this weekend. So,
All right. If we were running, we would be going too. Has Connor hit you up? If not, Connor, if you're watching, hit up Brian.
yeah, I haven't given him an exact answer yet, because with me
It's
getting
not
delayed,
that same spot, is it? I hope to God it's not that same spot.
I don't know. But with me being delayed, I missed all day today at the shop, so I'm not sure when I'm getting back. I have the car loaded in the trailer, truck's hooked up, everything's ready to go. I told Amber, I'm like, if something happens and I get back late, you might have to pick me up at the airport. She's like, not thrilled about that. But she did that last year. She literally showed up. I think we were going to Gangster's Paradise. She showed up at the airport and picked me up at O'Hare with the truck and trailer, and we went straight to the races.
Was that the old loud ass fucking truck?
Jamie ain't lying.
Yeah.
Last year was so foggy, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And not thrilled at all about that.
Yeah, she actually drives the truck and trailer good, but she hates driving it. So
Oh, I'm
she can't
sure
see,
it's like
she's too short. She can't see over the steering wheel, so she has to look between the steering wheel and the pillar at the line, and that's the only way
We
that
were
she can
sitting
see
at
where she's going.
we were sitting in the parking lot. I think we were smoking. I can't remember. And this thing come rolling in. And it sounded like it had every rod was knocking in this thing. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Guess who it was?
we probably won't be there, man. We'll have Jeff's car back together Tuesday. It's 8 weeks on that 5-speed we ordered. So we decided we're just going to throw it back together. And if it breaks, it breaks. Who cares? We'll just have it rebuilt and sell it after that or whatever. So that car is definitely not a King of Columbus car. And I think I'm going to try to pick my car up Friday, Thursday. If I don't make that, then it'll be Sunday. And I'm grabbing the motor Friday. So, and it'll only take me probably 3 hours to put it together and have it running. So I don't think I'll have it in time. If I could get it Friday night, maybe. I don't know. I just haven't even tested it. I'd hate to drive all the way down there and like leak a fuel line or something dumb just because I haven't even made one hit.
You'd probably draw me first round and beat me.
Yeah, in a pedal fest.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna be honest. That one didn't feel as good. Like when I got back, my whole pit was like, "Oh my god, dude! Oh my god! Can't believe you did that!" And I'm like, "I can." Like we both spun, and I gathered it up quicker or whatever. One of those 4 traction controls helped me grab it a little quicker than Brian did with his foot. But
we got to the end on that one, and I was literally like, "Wow, we both made." Terrible passes.
Horrible passes. Yeah, like
So,
I'm going to the next round like, well, I know nothing.
I'm like, I know how
Might as well
slow
be
mine
first
went.
round.
And Jasper was like right there.
Now, the Onondaga one, I'm not going to lie. I was shocked the car took what it took that round.
Yeah.
I really was. Because, like, and I will say this, that all the way from like 3:30 on, I swear to God, I was like, it's going to lose it. It's going to lose it. It's going to lose it. Like, I must have said that 20 times, like, before I hit the stripe. Because I was like, it just didn't, it felt so light. Like you were just so fucking close to spinning.
Just on that edge.
Yes. I was like, I can't, when I got back, the first thing out of my mouth, once again, the whole pit's like going crazy. I was like, I can't believe it held. And they're like, huh? I'm like, from like the first 330 felt great. Like it was rolling. I was like, oh shit. Like that was where I was really shocked it took it. Is what we had up front. But then the back half, I thought it was going to take that fine. And I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I could see you because in Jeff's car, you can see a ton. Like I could see you over there and sort of hear you. Not really. It's like a high pitched drone in the background.
Yeah.
Because that big block's loud. But I was like, oh man, I can't. I wanted to let up.
Hi.
Did he hey us and muted on us?
I don't know. I think he's good.
Something's happening.
Yeah, it was one of them where you like felt that it was uneasy enough you wanted to lift, but you felt like if you did, you might get a flyby.
Yeah, I was just that one I was stoked about because we both made passes. I hate when you like win one the other way. And really, I'd prefer not to ever race you to the final. So at least both of us going with money. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks when it's like first round, second, third round. Like, I don't know how Team Denver manages to just stay away from each other every race. It seems like almost. I'm like, how the hell do you guys do that? Like,
just luck of the draw.
Like
the one time we entered both cars that were in the woods, I never ran into myself. That was kind of, and we made it down to 6 cars with both cars in the buyback or whatever. And I was like, huh, that's crazy. And I had a buy run when we were down to 6. So we weren't running into each other again.
My buddy Curtis and I did it twice in one weekend last year. Didn't run into each other until the final.
That's awesome.
Dang.
Which is, I mean, it's nice when that happens, but it's hard to do.
Yeah, like right there. Look, that's crazy. 3 cars in the last 5 at Dig or Die. Like to
Yeah.
avoid each other for that long, like that's amazing.
Yeah. It is. That's hard to do.
It is so hard. So, King of Columbus this weekend, and then whatever pops up. No idea.
I think I'm going back to. There's this place out in Iowa that we hit last year. It's called Miss Ashley's Clash in the Corn.
Oh, that sounds
It's like
sweet.
it's a sick place. This dude literally built like he's got this campground, and they do like some weird stuff, like a mini Sturgis during Labor Day and Memorial Day. But he built a drag strip in the middle of his campground and just has like it's all dirt roads and the pits and everything with a drag strip in the middle of it. So we went out there the last 2 years and raced that, which was pretty good. So I think I'm going out there just because that's one of the closer ones. So
I didn't know Gangsters was August 9th.
yeah, that one was a tough decision for me.
That's
But
probably where we'll be because you can bring both cars and we can run mine Friday and Jeff's Saturday.
Yeah. But the one
That place is fast though, right? Not the backside, but the front side.
I don't know. I've never been.
I've never been there either. Cumberland. It's
I've
Cumberland.
been there, but I didn't go out and look at anything. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
We went the weekend after Warner Woods because they can do that back rally or whatever.
And I'm probably like thinking all this because I was watching Ryan there, and like watching Ryan and saying it's fast might be a mistake.
Yeah.
Just because
He
I've
goes
never
fast
seen.
on it.
If you watched him 60 lately, I can't get over it.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like that car.
The other one,
fucking hard.
you should hit up Jasper. There's a race the end of the month, the last weekend of August, up in Wisconsin. That multi-state cash days.
Is like Steve Andres part of that?
Yeah, at an old airport.
I should, man, because he messages me all the time. He's a super cool dude.
Yeah, all the dudes up there are really cool. Austin and Tim that run it are really laid back, but it's an old
front or
airport.
back?
It's an old airport, so it's basically all backside.
Okay. Sweet.
But the like city lets them hold races there. It's like right in the middle of town.
That's awesome.
It's really rad. It's a cool place, but you should hit that up. That wouldn't be it's a like slower surface, so it wouldn't be your, Jeff's car, but your car would do good there.
Yeah.
Because it's really porous. So it's like
I gotta hang out with my coyote bro. So
Yeah.
I can ask 4,000 questions nonstop. We're gonna be a little shady right now. We might be, we might not be. So here's the deal. Like it's sleeved, crank, rods, pistons, stock Gen 2 heads. I don't have time to port them. I'm not playing that game. I just don't have time. I probably have cams, and if I have cams, then I'm gonna throw those slides in and all that shit. If not,
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna throw this bitch in and go run some races and then change it all like on a down week before War in the Woods.
So I raced mine when I first put mine in. Mine was on stock Gen 1 Mustang cams for the majority of that first year. I don't think I got my cams until like September.
How much power do you think you were making with stock?
I don't know. I've
18?
never been on a dyno, but I mean they'll make good power on stock cams.
I was gonna say, like the times you're giving me at some of these races, I feel like you had to have been making 1,800 horse at least, especially the way you back end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mine's obviously got cams now, but like when I first started racing it, so
You can roll that up.
I don't remember if
Oh,
I had cams at War in the Woods or if I had stock cams still, but it was right around that time that I got my cams. So I did a lot of racing on mine with stock Coyote cams in it, and it ran good. Obviously, it just took less boost to make the same power once I did cams in it, but
Yeah, it was just probably a lot quicker and better down low and stuff like that.
yeah.
I don't care. I'm sick of not racing. We're throwing it in. If I get the cams, I'm doing it all right now while it's out of the car because it'll be easy to sling out and sling in.
Nice.
If not, I'm ready to go racing.
Hit up Tim Hayes for the buy-in info. They're doing pre-lock-ins for that, for the multi-state cash days, but
Okay.
so, but yeah, that
Is it
place
supposed
is
to be a
thick.
team or something?
No, it's not a team. It's just it's an individual race, but
I think you can answer this. We just won't say why. No one's guessed it yet either. So many people have messaged me, Brian. So many.
let's
And
let's,
like,
let's
I
do,
don't
let's,
answer.
let's
I
do a
just
little
say,
poll.
oh, I
Let's
don't
give
know.
it. Let's give it like
I
10
don't
minutes.
know.
They can guess and see who gets it right on how much shorter it actually is.
But no one actually can guess why. I've got.
It's because I hit the.
I'll tell you
I
after
hit
the
the
show
wall.
some of the amazing answers I've got.
It's because I hit the wall.
He's already
I couldn't
said why he
scroll
hit the wall.
6
Yeah,
or
he said
7
why.
people have messaged me and say, "Why did Brian make his wheelbase longer?" And I'm like, "No. It's not longer. The front end's shorter." What?
Yeah, dude, my favorite one was the poor guy at Magnolia. He comes up to me and he's like, "Man, I'm a Mustang guy," and
Oh no.
he goes, "I've been looking at this thing and I just can't figure this car out." And I was like, "Yeah, it's actually a 98 and a half. Like they were messing around with this body style and they made like 200 of them that were the shorter version. And like, I happened to get one." And I was like, "No, I'm just messing with you." And he missed that part. So we have like a 5-minute conversation. He's like, "So in 98 and a half, they made some of these short ones." And his wife was standing there. She's like, "No, he told you a while ago that he was joking with you." And the whole time he was just like twisted up on that they made it short. 2.5. We got a 2.5 inch gas. But
I will say I keep seeing floating online. I don't know if you saw this, but there was like a special 1995 or 94 Saline Mustang that had like a 3-inch longer wheelbase and the motors moved back farther. It's like kind of a different chassis.
okay.
I always thought, dude, how sweet would it be to get one of those and then just destroy it into a drag car just so you could qualify for stock classes with the extended wheelbase?
Someone would be so upset about that.
For sure. There's always
4.5
someone
inch
mad.
quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5. We got 4.5.
Oh, yep. Someone went with 4.5.
So
A lot of people are trying to guess
That's
wheelbase.
just
But I'm
that's
like,
we're just
you didn't change
going.
it. See what I mean? They're still trying to guess wheelbase. Like
the
you didn't change
wheelbase
the
is stock.
The wheelbase is stock.
The wheelbase
I think it's what,
is stock.
100.5?
I think they're 101 and a half.
Yeah, 101.5 or something. I can't remember. The new
Yeah, I
edges
don't-
are what,
inches.
like a half inch longer
Good
than
Lord.
the 530s or something.
Yeah, they're
You gotta raise the motor up. We had 8 inches. You gotta raise the motor up for that.
Damn, 8 inches, man. We ain't talking about porn.
Good Lord.
1.5.
That'd be my
Not
that'd be,
doing well
I
at
would
guessing
say
so far.
I would guess anywhere between 1 to 2. Somewhere around there.
Any plans on going to Canada?
we actually talked about it after the last Milan, but Amber didn't have her passport, didn't have a birth certificate. I'm so spontaneous that I would be the one to drive over to Milan and then be like,
We have a winner.
"Oh, hey, there's a race in Canada. Let's go." But so I happen to have my passport with me, but Amber didn't, so I wasn't going to leave her with Border Patrol while I went racing because I need her for
I'll be back.
for my crew. Yeah, hang
Yeah,
out
right.
with
You
these
just
guys.
give her the beta credit card and be like, dude, do whatever you want. I'll be back at this time.
She's not. I mean, I pick on her and call her bougie, but she's not very bougie. It's not like she'd go spend money. She'd go get a hotel and probably hang out with her dogs in the bed there and watch the race on
Someone's live feed.
That sounds like my old lady. What the hell?
Like,
Yeah, I picked on her. I'm like, what are you going to be doing for the live feed? I'm like, I bet you're going to be laying in bed with the dogs with your tablet out. And that's what you're going to be doing. So I leave and she's like, good, I don't have to go anywhere.
This whole year, I've been just watching races on tablets and TVs. So I can relate with my dog out here on the couch.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, as far as getting across the border, do they give you a hard time about going up there to race or?
Someone like me, probably, because we smell wrong when we roll down the window.
No.
Yeah. Because like when we went up there for Supercross, if we wanted to take our rig, so when we went to Toronto, we just took our van because they wanted us to have every single bolt and nut inventoried in our hauler to take it across the border. So we just loaded everything in a van and went up there and said that we were just going up there to ride. But I don't know. I mean, obviously guys come down from Canada all the time. I don't know what it's like going up there from the States, if they throw a fit about it or.
I don't know, maybe nowadays, but for the last 4 years, no one cared who walked in here. So
Yeah,
getting here was probably no problem. Getting back to another country, you had rules.
yeah. I just didn't know if I don't know if you've ever been up there. So,
Oh, I've been up there a ton, but I've never hauled a car or hauled a dirt bike. I just drove my car there to get drunk at 19.
yeah.
I mean, that was about it.
Yeah. So I don't know who. Does anybody from the Detroit area go up there and race on a regular basis?
We have went across a couple times the race, and it has been easy. Just have your ID documents. And I imagine so for the most part. I mean, maybe they look in there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in that scenario, we kind of look like you in the van.
Yeah.
We don't look like a pro motocross team with a ton of money. So here we'll inventory all our bolts and pay you this extra amount of money to get across and whatever the strategic.
Yeah, I guess they were just worried about like people buying stuff up there and bringing it back or whatever. But
yeah, God forbid you bring back some tomato seeds or something, you know?
Right. Right.
Oh man.
I know one of the guys got turned away in Detroit because his van was leaking oil and he looked like he lived in it. One of the Supercross guys looked like he lived in it, one of the privateers, and they're like, you aren't coming in here. We're afraid you're not going to come back. And they turned him away. He had to go to another entry point and got through. But.
Is that Brian? I think someone sent me a video of you, Brian. It's like the finish line. Yeah, that was Brian. I could tell by the black doors. I'm going to feel so messed up without black doors. I've never had a car without black doors.
Yeah. I was talking about spray bombing mine to make them close to the same color, but because the picture that you posted where like mine has the factory doors on it and all the paint looks good with the white front bumper. I'm like, man, it looked good.
It was looking stylish. That wasn't looking too rotten. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It had a little bit of rust on it though. That like on the fender.
That adds character.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can pull this up. Dave Doan's sending videos too. Oh, that's old. Okay, what's happening?
All right, has it been long enough? Should we disclose the actual length of the front end?
We've had from 8 to like what, 1.5?
8 to 1.5. So
Yeah.
it's actually 13 inches shorter than stock.
Good
Damn.
Lord.
More than they all thought. Peter North ain't even got shit on that.
I mean,
Yeah.
shit. How's the fucking pan not dragging?
Why is it not playing? Can you guys see that? No.
What do you mean? It's just the body. The wheelbase is exactly the same.
Oh, no. I'm talking. You talking about. Yeah, there it is. I can see it on your. I can see it.
It's like it's not playing though for some reason. It plays on my phone.
Oh, that must be from the that's from up there at Hillsboro, it looked like.
Yeah, let's try again. Maybe if we do this. Yeah, I don't know.
So how tall is the stock? The stock.
It's not height. It's I shortened it, like pulled the front bumper back.
Oh, okay. I thought you were shortened it. I thought you were talking about you shortened the.
Like lowered it down to the ground.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about your K member.
No, it's the front end, the actual like front bumper is 13 inches
No.
farther back than stock.
Okay, I got you. I thought you were talking about K member. I was like, good Lord, 8 inches, you'd be dragging the whole pan.
No.
A couple people asked what you thought about the new Milan surface.
It was good. It's, I mean, very smooth. It's asphalt. It's nice, tight asphalt. It was really fun to race on. Really good. Obviously I'm not going to disclose times or anything, but I mean, it's, I didn't go as fast as I've been there, but it's a good, smooth, fun surface. So
Lane seemed super even now.
Johnny, something?
very even. So,
I mean, and when I say that, I mean not time-wise, more tune-wise.
yeah, tune-wise, they were the same lane to lane. I wasn't doing anything different from one lane to the other. Where before, like I said, I could go the same time in both of them, but you had to tune differently for them. Now I left the same tune either lane. So, yeah. That black, like SN95 Mustang.
That car seemed fast. The nitrous car?
Dude, so we had a little bit of a rain delay, and I think they were back there thinking about it, and they threw something in there that like caught me off guard because I had a plan to go faster that round. And then it rained, so I went back to my round before tune-up because I was like, I don't know if the rain, like the little bit of rain is going to affect it. They dried it off good, but I was like, you know how it rains on rubber and you're like kind of unsure on it? And like I didn't come around them till probably 400 feet or better. I was like, dang, like they threw something gnarly in that for a tune-up, but they went fast. I was surprised.
Dude, and I don't know if you were paying attention to him all day. He was rolling every round. Yeah. And then I could totally like not have this correct. So no one chastise me or whoever owns the black car. Don't kill me here. But what it looked like is when he ran you, like out the back, that was all it had. There was no extra kit to grab, is what I'm believing. Because I almost believe if he had another 200 shot or something, you might have got fucked over right there.
I might have.
That car was fast. But I saw him come back up after that round to test. Like he made one test pass after you put him out.
Yeah.
And why I think he didn't have anything left or any extra kit was because when he come back up, he drug the fucking bumper for 100 feet. So it was like he was trying to figure out how to go as fast as you went without having any more out the back.
Yeah.
Do you know what? And I could be dead wrong. So that's why I said I don't want to like speak. And I was impressed. So like, I'm definitely not throwing shade. I thought right off the bat, first round. Do you know who it was? I've never seen it before.
I don't remember his name offhand. He was a nice guy. I mean, really cool.
From Michigan
dude.
or didn't even say.
I'm not 100% sure.
Dude, it was fast though. So like first round, when I was watching all the video, I was like, as soon as he made his pass, I was like, whoa, I'm so glad I wasn't there and drew that dude.
Yeah.
Because not knowing him at all, I would have put a pretty conservative tune in there.
Yeah.
And dude, he would have probably effed me up. Like, I was impressed. Like I said, he was very fast all day. Like,
yeah.
All day.
Yeah, he like I don't think that he treed me, but from
nitrous cars. No, I went back
like,
because he 60'd you so hard. I went back.
Yeah, he beat me really bad to the 60.
And then you could see
Probably,
you just started sharking him.
I do 100 feet, and then I just started reeling him in and
pretty quickly. But
yeah,
like I was never worried in the race. Like watching it, I was like, okay, Brian got it. I never once was like, oh shit. Even though he jumped out like that, I was like, yeah, okay, there goes Brian. But for like the last 10 feet, I was kind of like, oh shit, like this dude made a lick off the at least 100 feet. I was like, God dang, dude. Like
Amber said his name was Mike W. is what he was on the
Mike W.
chip draw as. But
well, Mike W., I was impressed. That car rolls. If you add another kit, I think some of us might have to seriously tighten up when we draw you.
Yeah,
because God dang, I was impressed. Like,
well, I definitely went out.
Made a good lick too.
The next round, I went out and 60'd harder because I was like, now I know it'll do it. So, but yeah, I mean, he was pulling away from me, and I'm like, I went back and I asked him, I was like, I mean, it doesn't matter, but I'm like, did he red light or did he just out 60 me? And we looked at the video and he just out 60 me. So
that's why I said I went back because I was kind of like, whoa, like, did he guess? Is that why that was that? You know, because I'm sure you watch him like I do. I kind of know what you're running and you share with me. So then I can judge any race you're in what these other people are doing, and I want to know for when I draw them when I get down there next month or whatever with my car. So I'm like paying attention closely. That's why I said as soon as that I rewound on YouTube and was like, dude, they left together. Like, and this goes to like what I was saying, how quickly you adapt or like don't just settle. You're right. The next round you 60'd way harder.
Yeah.
So like, but like I said, that dude was impressive all day, every round he went. I think that was third round.
Yes.
Yeah. So like second round, he made a hell of a pass too, and I was just like, whoa! I think he took someone out that I wasn't expecting. Like, was it Joe? No, Joey made it. Joey made it to the semifinals, right?
Yeah, I felt so bad with that one because I really like Joey.
Oh, Joey's so awesome. He's that whole family is so
like,
cool. His kids and everything.
Such a cool dude. And I was like, but Chet in that little S10, like, came over there because I was going there. He's like, where are you going? And so him and Joey drew each other, and I was like, so Chet does his own tuning, but I was just like, hey, like, I'm going to give you an idea of what I think you need to go, on this one. And like Chet did a really good job. I mean, he made a really good lick. I think it would have been a really, really close race between them, but Joey got a little bit wild. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
it
he drove a little bit
the
left.
Center.
Yeah, he went towards the center, and then he kind of gathered it up, and then he crossed. So I don't know if he was losing a tire, or I don't know, what he had going on, but I think that was going to be a really close race. But
Chet's fast.
I always hate that when you have two buddies that draw each other, and you're like,
it sucks, but it is what it is, man. Like, and like I said, Joey's an amazing person, so you don't have to worry about it when you're done.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, Joey's a I mean, you just said the same thing, an amazing person, but it's, you know how it is. You kind of get in the middle there. You're like, but.
No, for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
it seemed like a pretty good race. Track looked awesome. It was cool they put a burnout pad in because we were really tearing up that track towards the end there
Yeah.
in the burnout area.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they started it on the asphalt, not on the, concrete. Just because if they started on the concrete, it would be, really fast if you could 60 off the concrete. So it was cool the way they did that, where you did the burnout on the concrete and then started on the asphalt. But
Yeah, I like it. It was pretty cool.
it
I thought they did good.
It
Yeah,
was-
well, you don't really want to do burnouts on the asphalt. It usually people let run it out.
yeah.
For sure.
We usually build a concrete burnout pad to the backside too.
In second round, that Mustang beat Billy. That's who
Yes,
it
that's
was.
what Amber just said.
Yeah, she's right. I remember now. And was like, whoa. Like, because Billy always makes a great A to B pass wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Like if you draw Billy almost never spins. He's making the
Yeah.
trip. I mean, maybe you didn't put enough in sometimes if you sneak him, but he's going to go down and do it relatively awesome. So when
Well, and
beat
he
him,
very well may have gotten caught off guard by that Mustang too, because
that 100%, because I'm not gonna lie, I do that sometimes. Like I'll turn down a little bit and figure I got this dude at this, and this will give me perfect data, like real good solid data through there that I can go try to push it on this next round when I run into Brian or I run into Sherm or whatever, you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's very possible, but man, that guy was rolling.
Who took out Sherm? Was that Joey or did
I
think
that was
Joey took out Sherm?
I think Joey took out Sherm. Stephen
Yeah.
or Stephen Camel and Sherm had like a race that was like an inch deciding or a foot or something. That was a close race too.
Joey's car was rolling though. He was making
Joey-
good passes.
Joey's been doing really good, especially in the True Street car. That thing's been kicking ass too. Won at the Hill, and
KD, yeah.
I don't know if he won. Did he win Cincy this weekend? I know I watched a few rounds or something. He made it through.
I'm not sure on that one, but yeah, it's always good to see him doing good. So,
and I'll say if we don't have, if by War in the Woods I haven't changed the chains and the cams and we're still on the stock ones, I'm probably going to run hard tire with my car and run small tire with Jeff.
Yeah.
It'll
go fast enough on
fun.
stock cams.
It sounds fun. I don't care. It seems like it'd be fun. And if I have a small tire car to run too, on the same, you know what I mean?
That
Why
makes
not?
sense. Yeah.
Well, it was hard when we did both cars because 2 rounds, knowing my luck, we drew back to back. So my car makes a run and we're the next car in Jeff's. So I would beach my car at the end, jump on a golf cart fully suited, and then you would jump into the other car and they're different seat belts. They're a little bit different. You're trying to game face, okay, this is where, this is, and remember you're in the, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's when we doubled entered and we're racing 28s and 26s. We were all the way up on top of the hill, and that was challenging because one round we drew last pair of 26s and first pair of 28s, and I was like, oh no, how are we gonna pull this off? But yeah,
well, maybe I get you at the bottom of the hill with us this year, and it'll make it a lot easier for you.
Yeah, well,
especially with the end of Days of Thunder where you got 2 crews pushing your car back while you're doing something else, or
yeah, I have kind of some bad news. I think I'm going to miss the Fall War in the Woods too.
Yep, that's bad news. Oh, because does it start then? When is that, Limpy? That's your birthday weekend. Was that 19th?
Yep.
18th, 19th?
The first 3 weeks in September are SMX playoffs.
Yep. You boned, and you're going to be at the championship. Who all did Bloss qualify?
They're both going to be through the LCQ, so they're both like borderline.
So every race they go to, or at least the first one, they got to go through the LCQ. Then if they do good in the first race, do they got to keep going through the LCQ every race?
I've never raced the playoffs, so I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Okay. They're kind of crazy. The tracks are amazing, though. I really do like the tracks for those.
Yeah.
Where it goes like half motocross, half supercross or whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of like the
Daytona.
What year was it? 2021 in Atlanta, we raced that Supercross. We did the residency there, 3 rounds at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the track was similar.
I remember that.
Remember that one where McAdoo got red flagged and
Yeah.
then went back to the line and they changed the rule that you couldn't do it? That was a similar track.
One of my favorite ones was the Monster Energy Cup where they fucking both went different ways and then come back together or whatever. That one was so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't, as of now, that's our plan, and I don't think we're going to make the fall War in the Woods, which I'm not real thrilled about.
Yeah, but that's a really cool job.
It is.
It is.
It's,
it sounds more fun than framing a house. Dude, we have AC and we haven't had it on.
Yeah, I'm over here sweating my bowels out.
Man, you could probably be sweating your balls off in the wintertime.
Sweating my bowels out. Yeah, I'm extra warm all the time. You know that, Len. Quit playing.
Yeah. What races you got coming up, Limpy?
Got Gangster's Paradise. Got 2 weeks.
Yep.
And we have a contestant 2 a deal here at iTrack. And at the end of the month, we've got a invitational race. They're having money on top at the front side, but it's not normal front side. It's we don't run on it a lot, so it's it don't have a lot of. It has rubber on it, but it's not really a lot of rubber. We just cut the start line. So it'll be a bare start line, or other than testing team stuff that's going to happen here. We're doing a small tire. I think they're throwing 30,000 on top of small tire. Invitational on and then 10,000 on True Street, I think. Kind of a little higher.
Are you hearing any of that, Brian?
It's quiet, but I can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I didn't hear it, so I don't.
Are you going to try and go to that King of Asphalt in Salem, Jasper? Have you seen anything on that one?
No, what? That ain't the big street race one, is it?
No, it's the second to last weekend in August. It's in Salem, Indiana, at that other airport down there. Have you ever
never
been
raced there.
That place is pretty cool too. But
Yeah, we're probably up for anything. We haven't done much racing, so we're probably going to do a lot of it.
nice. So, yeah, I'm planning on racing every weekend until I start the playoffs, and then try and hit up.
And then
'cause I
back
think
to
that
it.
big
So-
street race.
Winter? What about Dig or Die for December? We should go to that.
Likely. if I can
What else
pull it
is
off.
there to do?
That's where my truck blew up last year. It was all the way down there. We were like 2 hours from the track, and my truck blew up down there. And a buddy came down and got me, and I was like, I felt so bad asking him, but yeah, that knock that Limpy was talking about that it had for 80,000 miles, the piston just disintegrated in it. Like the whole entire sleeve, the whole piston, everything's just gone. It
To the
went from
pain.
running fine to just grenaded.
You made it home
Made it home.
eventually.
Made it home just in time to get on an airplane and leave for California. I was
Yeah, but
actually
this time I'll go with you. So if something happens, we'll just call one of my buddies. He'll bring a truck. He'll get you home. We'll worry about the truck the next weekend. Voila, or whatever. I'll get it to my house until we can get it to you.
So my hillbilly ass was legitimately on Marketplace looking at motors and was going to go to Harbor Freight and buy an engine hoist and change the motor in a parking lot. It's a 5.9 Cummins that I have in my Ford truck.
Running on Greasel.
Sometimes, yeah, reusing oil. So, but yeah, I think it scored a piston in the rear cylinder, and it knocked forever. But the thing ran great. It got good mileage, and I was like, I don't know. Eventually, we'll figure it out. And it just so happened that it grenaded all the way down by Dig or Die. I was like, that would be the way that it works.
You know it.
But
You can hook the oil lines up and wrong and lock up the cams.
yeah,
That was a real good one too. I was pumped. I never even made it out my driveway.
is that what happened to yours?
Yeah.
Oh,
We got in a
man.
hurry before War in the Woods, wasn't paying enough attention, trying to get a whole car put together in like a week. Wrongly routed the oil lines, but since the sensors in the oil housing or the oil filter housing add pressure. So everything seemed good right up until it was not.
Did you have an external filter on it?
Yeah,
And you had them backwards, so the bypass
correct.
and the
In
filter
to in,
was
out to
blocking?
out. Instead of in
Oh,
to
no.
out to in.
Dang, that sucks.
That's life. Live, you learn, do dumb things. I mean, we might be better off if, we toned it back a little bit, but we don't. And then we try to do it all in 3 days and never double check anything. And
I'm
this
sure you
time,
saw
they'll be right. It'll be something else we
Nice.
fuck up.
I'm sure you saw my post. I don't post very much, but I posted on the Rotten Apple page about how I do all my builds in my small basement and yada, yada, yada. I did that not to I'm grateful for the area that I have, but I did it just to so people realize that you don't need anything fancy and big to build a competitive car. And I thought it was so cool that got shared as much as it did, just because I hear certain people say things that they can't keep up with this car or that car because they don't have the area or they don't have the ability. When I started building my car, I didn't know how to TIG weld. I knew that I wanted to build stuff, so I bought a TIG welder, taught myself how to TIG, and I build my whole entire car in that 72-inch ceiling basement.
My neighbor 2 houses down, Bobby O, who bought my old motor, is doing the same thing. Him and Jacob are down there every weekend learning to TIG weld. Have put a huge Tin Soldiers 9-inch, Tin Soldiers 4-link. It is badass. It is going to be a badass car. And they built it just like you on jack stands in a single car garage.
Yeah.
It's a deep single car garage, but there's no hoist. It's pretty impressive. They've been just going at it and knocking it out and should be ready by the beginning of next year. It's a 87 Monte Carlo SS.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they've been killing it. Bobby Built's done a bunch on it. My neighbor that's 2 houses down the other way. I have some cool neighbors, if you can't tell. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, they seem to not care. We got a new neighbor right over here that used to the old neighbor babysit my Kate, for like 5 years of her life or whatever. So they were way cool with us. And I never care if I make passes down the road, but I also like never do anything past like 9:00. That's always been my rule here. These dudes sometimes get so pissed off because we'll work till like 2 a.m. and we just kind of need to fire it. And I'm like, no, we'll wait till morning. Dude. And I'm like, no, I'm not pissing these dudes off. Like who knows what shady, illegal shit we're doing here. Like, I don't need them showing up. Like, we'll just wait till tomorrow morning. But I haven't tested these new neighbors yet. And hopefully they're not the ones that we're looking to buy. Remember that? Bro, that like when those people sold the house, I guess they were having a showing.
Yeah.
And we had Mark's big black blown fucking zoomies on it. And like I made a test pass down the road to see if like the fuel tech was working. It's the only time anyone, and I know this neighbor, it wasn't those people, but it's the only time anyone's ever showed up in my driveway. And all he did is he pulled in and he looked, he was like, Jasper. And I was like, what's up, man? And he's like, how long are you going to have this one? And I was like, he's coming to pick it up right now. It's good to go. And he was like, okay, good. Because that knocked off like 6 pictures in my house. And I was like, okay, like, sorry. And at the same time, those people that were like trying to buy the house, the next morning, like her babysitter people called and was like, hey, call me before you make a rip. And I'll let you know if someone's going to be there because those people were unimpressed. I was just like, they better get fucking used to it if they're buying.
Well, good. Well, good. They're not the right people then for the house.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they didn't buy it and someone else did.
You're like, maybe I dodged a bullet there by making that pass. But my neighbor, like I have the perfect test road right in front of my house. And my neighbor will call the cops if we touch it, which is not very cool.
Bitch or dude.
I do have another spot. Like Kate's best friend has this like, dude, I've almost thought about throwing a race there because I know like it's kind of like here they have like 5 people that are all buddies that like kind of bought into this country block. And then there's 3 houses that like, they don't cause any problems, but we don't really know if they're cool. Yeah. Like I've done burnouts and I've made test passes there and they never called the cops, but like, I don't know what they'd say if we did this till 3 a.m. But half of me wants to go to those 3 houses because we're like, it would be like that Ohio race. His yard has enough room to park like 30 trailers, like comfortably. And we could just bang a race out there one night. If those 3 people were willing to take $500 from me for the night, not to call the cops and actually do it.
Well, out in front of my dad's place would be like the perfect spot to throw a race. He's got a 1/4-mile driveway that we could park up and down. And the road is perfectly flat and straight out in front of his house.
Oh, but I didn't know your neighbor had a donkey, man.
Yeah.
That changes everything. You probably shouldn't be running out there.
But no, we have a test spot that we get to use all the time, and the farmer down there like lets us park right in his property so we can park off the road, and it's not wide enough to hold a race on, but it's a really good test spot. But we do the same thing. Like we don't test usually after dark. We've stopped out there early in the morning sometimes because the one house right at the end of it, I know he gets up early. So we've gotten stuff done kind of like what you're saying at 2 a.m. I've got my car together. And Amber and I went out there at 7 a.m., made a test hit. We're like, hey, we're going to go make one test hit. If it's good, it's going straight in the trailer and we're going racing. And we've done that before, but we try to be courteous to everybody out there because they'll let us. I mean, we can be out there all day long and nobody says anything about it. Like usually if they do, they stop up in their UTV and are like, hey, can we take a video or whatever? And we're like, yeah, sure. But
the other spot I can go is Victor Stevens. He's got the black Firebird and used to run the big tire 68 Firebird. And
Okay.
There's like a truck he runs to, but we can go out to his house a bunch and make passes too.
Nice.
That's where Andy got hit by a car.
Oh no. That's not good.
He was okay. Like, I think he broke his arm and just never went in for it because it was so huge and so black and blue and yellow. And it threw him probably 15 feet into the ditch. I thought he died. Like, I swear to God. Like,
Wow.
I'm in the car and I'm trying to tell him to, like, come to my car. Like, come closer. And he thought I was saying, get the fuck away. I'm going to get out. So when he took a step back, this drunk fucking dude going 60 by me after a burnout in the other lane hit him. Like, I just saw his feet go flying. And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, 4,000 emotions. He's dead. I swore he's dead. I was like, I don't even want to get out of the car. I'm like, oh, my fucking God. Like, this is not – oh, my God. This is so bad. Like, and then I finally get out of the car and, like, Phil and everyone else are looking at me like – almost like, I guess, I don't even know if they saw him fly to the ditch. They just knew he got hit.
Oh.
Like, you could hear the
Like,
thud.
what are you doing? What are you doing out of the car?
It was crazy, dude. Like,
You didn't see my boy get cartwheeled over here? What?
yeah, I was like, where'd he go? And they're like, still looking at me and all. Probably because they thought he was dead too and just didn't even know what to say to watching one of your friends die right in front of your face. And all of a sudden, here comes Maynard out of the ditch like, whoa, dude, what happened? And I'm like, dude, that car hit you. Like, oh, my God, you're okay? And he's like, oh, I'm cut. And then you could see, like, he flipped over. Like, it picked him up upside down. And as he went by, his arm hit my wing. And it, like, cut his arm.
Oh,
and then he fell. And it mainly hit him. Like, his arm went into his body when he got hit. And it just blew him back. And luckily, you know, it was like a side glaze bounce deal that wasn't that bad. And he landed in the ditch that was, you know, 4-foot grass and I guess cushioned the fall. It was crazy.
That's gnarly. Did the dude stop that hit him?
Oh, he turned around. And when he turned around and come back and was like, what? Because, like, dude, I'm in my car and I can see him coming. And my car's making all this noise. So that's why all this situation got even weirder is my car's knocking after the burnout. And we're like kind of trying to figure it out. And as we're like I'm like asking them, is it motor? Is, you know, like I didn't want to shut it off yet. I want you to tell me where the noise is coming from. I'm looking up and here comes this car at like 60, dude, smoke all over. Like couldn't even see his lane. Like that's how much smoke was there still. Cause we had just fucking did a burnout. And I'm like looking around and I'm looking up and I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm like, you know, this is the white car. So I'm flashing my lights. And I'm like in the car, like at this dude coming, like, the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you even coming this fast? Not even thinking about Maynard, just like, I don't even want you going by me like this. Like, what are you doing right now? And then when he come back up, so like, I'm kind of pissed at this point. Like, what in the fuck is wrong with you? You know, comes back up, just wasted. There's like half a fifth on the side of his seat of what's that fucking gross ass shit? Old man or old something, old crow. I don't know. Some junk ass liquor. I was like, dude, I just literally looked at him because like all this just happened where you think your friend dies and then he gets back out. And now I'm gathering all this back up. And now I'm mad again at this dude for driving like this, even though I'm doing something illegal and I'm stupid. But like, come on, have a little more common sense. Like I don't speed towards, you know, shit like that. I just looked at him and was like, dude, I'd get the fuck out of here right now, man. And he was like, gave me the salute, like serious, like didn't even like act like a dick or nothing. He was like, and just started driving away. And I was like, okay, the car's broke. Are you okay? Like, and then it was up to Victor's and trying to figure out if we should take this dude to the hospital or not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like arguing, you got to go, dude. You got to go. Like, you could be internally bleeding. Like, a car just drove by at 60 and punted you into the ditch, like 15, 20 feet through the air. Nope. He didn't go to the hospital, came to the Onondaga the next day because we only had loose torque converter bolts. So we tightened them back up. The knock went away, and he was out there at Onondaga the next day, dude. I was like, God dang, dude.
That's crazy. Lucky.
That's what I tell my people. I said, you know, if I ever croak during a street race, I said, y'all just drop me off wherever I can be found, and y'all go get the street race done. I'll be all right.
You're like, just prop me up. Let me watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean,
in
like,
place that I can be found, and I'm good.
when we wrecked at War in the Woods, like everyone freaked out because when I got out of the car, Tommy and Mark and that EMT had pulled up, and I bit the inside of my, like, took a fucking chunk out of the inside of my cheek, not even knowing it. And then I was like my mouth was just filling up. So like when I got up towards the track, I fucking just spit all this blood out.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, you gotta go to the hospital. You gotta go to the hospital. You're fucked up. Like, started freaking out. And I was like, nah, I bit my cheek. And I went like that. And Mark was just like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, God, that looks bad. What was that?
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was. But I stayed the rest of the night, partied with everyone for another 8 hours, watching racing and stuff and helping people. Yeah. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Probably should have went. Like, I think if I ever get in a wreck again and I'm, it's that crazy, I'll probably just go for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
Just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, it's so tough. I mean, yeah, you want to be on the safe side, but I hate going to the hospital because you just sit around forever. They're like, oh, I don't know. You seem fine. Go home. Let us know if something happens. You're like, all right, sick.
Yeah, let alone they just feel so like everyone's sick in there. And
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's always a good time. We went, so I think it was 2021. I was tearing down a building and I got like a infection in my knee. My knee was like all swelling up and I was trying not to go to the doctor. And we did some grudge racing the night before. And the next day I'm like doing some stuff and my brother came over with his wife who works as a nurse. She used to, she doesn't anymore. And she's like, you need to go get that checked out. Like, that's not good. Because my knee was just huge and like all weird colors. And you could see it in the veins. She's like, you need to go to the doctor. So I go to the doctor, to the ER, and dude comes in and goes, oh, was that like that when you won last night on the street? And I'm like, what? The dude that was the nurse in the ER was at the street race the night before.
Oh, that's sick.
It was like
they call that color, just so you know, Brian. What is it? It's Roangel, which is red, orange, purple, and yellow. That's the color your knee was.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But
no, I've done it a few times. I did it on my ankle once, BMXing, and everyone was like, you gotta go to the hospital. I'm like, huh? And this is what dude, this was the worst part. So I didn't go to the hospital. Probably should have. To this day, I don't even know what type. It seems to work fine, but I have no idea if it did cause damage or something, or I'm 60 and it don't work anymore. But either way, seems to work. But what happened is for 6 months, I had to limp. It hurt that bad. I hobbled everywhere and favored that side. So then I got to the 7th month and it felt great. Yeah. And I was sitting on the couch like this and went to jump up because they were like, let's go. And when I jumped up, because this side of my body was so not muscular anymore from favoring it, I popped 2 ribs out and they instantly went into my lung and I just fell face down and they were all like, dude, get up, man. They all started laughing as if that was me doing a joke. And I'm like, when have I ever done some type of joke like that? And I'm like, dude, I'm serious. I can't get up. I think I popped ribs out. It feels like I can't breathe and I'm having a heart attack. And they're like, what? And they went and got this gurney that was, for whatever reason, in this apartment complex and wheeled me down the elevator to the car. And I ended up crawling into the hospital. I was like, dude, And they're like, get off the floor. And I was just like, dude, I was so mad and hurting so bad. I just looked up at this chick and was like, bitch, do you think I'd be on this fucking floor that's all disease infested if I had a fucking option? Go get someone. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, took off running. I'm like, just laying there because, like, every time I tried to get up, it was like too much. And then they came and got me. And then they play that game where they're like, blah, 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 blah. Have you ever seen a duck? Hey, you know, it's Friday. And you're like, oh, I can breathe. Like, thank you so much. Like, but actually from like not going to the doctor and like favoring one side so bad for so long, it ended up like fucking all this up and I pulled ribs getting off the couch. It was pretty horrible.
I still laugh when I, on a snowmobile in 2007, like neither one of my wrists move. My wrists go this far backwards. They go this far forward. And they're
just like stiff, dude.
Yeah, like that's it. And they're like both stuck. They won't go straight with my arms. They're both stuck this way.
How? Okay, I'm
bro. The next T-shirt's got to be like
I'm the perverted guy here. How long has it been like that?
This one's been this way since 2002. This one's been that way since 2007.
So you just ain't jacked off right in a long time, right? Have you?
It's just normal.
Yeah, like from 2002 to 2007, he went from right hand to left hand.
I'm sorry.
Now he's just improvising.
I'm high, and that's fucking fun.
But when I did this one, I broke it on a snowmobile, and I dislocated my elbow at the same time. So like my lower arm was like halfway up, and I went to get up and run, and I'm like, my arm wouldn't bend up. It just like got shorter. So I go to the ER and I walk in. I didn't want to go there in snowmobile clothes because I knew exactly how it was going to go. So I like went home, changed first, and I go to the ER and they're like, what can we help you with? And I just grabbed my upper arm and swung my lower in a full circle. And the lady at the desk turned pale white and about passed out. She's like, we'll get you in right away.
Front of the list.
Yeah. But they did the same thing with that. They called a doctor in, and he like comes in and he just grabs it. I broke my wrist at the same time, and he bent my wrist straight back and palmed it, and he just like set my elbow in. And I'm like yelling at him. I'm like, dude, that
my wrist broke too, motherfucker.
Yeah, that hurts. And it like pops in, and the nurse walks in, and she's like, you did that already? And he's like, yeah. She's like, we haven't given him anything. Like, we haven't given him any painkillers or anything. He's like, oh, that's why it went in hard. Like, kind of hurt.
Yeah, because he's harder. He's fucking tense. He's harder than a preacher's dick right now. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dirt biking is rugged.
That was on a snowmobile.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Just more slippery.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, I don't know. That one they left broke for 7 months. They told me my wrist was fine for 7 months. And I was like working, trying to race. And I'm like, dude, this thing is like not right.
Yeah, it's not working.
Hey,
so I went to
Brian, show next time you see Jeff Thomas, show him your wrist and tell him about, hey man, because I think he broke his wrist at the Warren Woods, and he went to the doctor, and they were like, oh, your wrist is broke after like what, a month? And he's like, well, I already know that. It looks like it's already starting to heal. But he said he could barely bend it. And I'm like, well, no, it ain't broke. It ain't set right. It ain't gonna grow right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it broke when he hit the wall at War in the Woods.
Really?
That last War in the Woods, dude, his shit looked so fucking bad by the end. I was just like, oh my God, this dude's an animal.
Well, what's weird about the bone that I broke is it's called your navicular or your scaphoid. And it's the slowest healing bone in your body. And it only gets blood flow from one direction. So if you break it and it's not aligned, it doesn't get blood flow to the other half of it.
Oh.
So my left one died because it was dislocated for 7 months. So half of it didn't get blood. And my right one that I broke in I broke my right one in gym class in high school. And a local doctor put a screw right through the middle of the vein, put the wrong screw in it, and put it right through the middle of the vein and killed half of it.
And you got rich, right?
No.
What were you thinking? You needed Better Call Saul, dog.
I was
You'd be rolling
17.
like Zach
17
Jones
and
right
didn't
now,
know any
dude.
better.
In this like 69 Marrow, just living the good life.
I was 16, didn't know any better. 17.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I've done so many of those things too and had shit like that and just rolled through it.
Yeah, I'm the one who broke it, but
yeah, I've always had
they
fun.
could have they probably could have put the right screw in it, but
yeah, that's a little rough. I don't think I had 4 metal pins put in here because I broke this in the most insane way ever. That's retarded. And then, like I said, I know my ankle was fucked up. As bad as it could get. I have broke ribs multiple times, but my wrist worked pretty good, and so do my ankles.
yeah.
Like flex quite a bit. But I one time got X-rayed because we used to do these skate shows for Modern Skate and Surf. They like sponsored me to ride skateboards.
Yeah.
And rollerblades. I was gonna not say it, but you know what I mean. I'll just own it. I had to fruit boot too because those were cool and so on and so forth. But we used to have to jump this box truck. So we had like a regular old launch ramp with no landing, and you would jump a box truck to like finish the show. Like 8 of us would.
Yeah.
And then one time, like I had back problems. I can't remember what I did. I did something, and it was like the only time in my life where I was like understood what everyone says when they're like, "Oh, my back." It was like it just killed. And then I went to and they X-rayed it, and they like realigned it or something, and then eventually got better. I don't know if what they did even helped, but they X-rayed it, and they were like, "Wow, like your back don't hurt all the time before this?" And I was like, "No." They're like, it's like your bottom 2 vertebrae are all mushroomed out and everything's gone. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah, like, did you used to like jump off roofs and stuff? And then instantly I thought of those box trucks. And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Like jumped off, the roof of a house over and over and over again for 2 summers. But
yeah,
I think I fucked my back up. But for whatever reason, it seems to be, I really don't have back problems that bad, knock on wood.
Yeah. I've got 7 screws and 2 plates in this collarbone. And then this one, I've got 2 buttons and a piece of wire. I broke my collarbone off my shoulder, and they had to wire it back together. And then my right ankle.
Brad Reed. You're not like half robot.
No. My right ankle, I messed up too. I've got a tendon that sits on the side of my ankle, like I can grab it, flip it back and forth. They did a surgery to fix it, and like by the time the swelling went down, it was back on the side of my ankle, and I've always just left it there, and it's been fine. But so,
isn't it kind of funny though, like watching athletes nowadays that like go out for shit that like we just maybe we should have went out, but we just like kept doing our thing. Like,
well, that's what's so gnarly about moto is like, you watch like different sports and like the injury list and what people are out for. And most of the guys on the moto track have some kind of an injury that's like
at all times,
like they're very rarely, especially you get to the end of a series.
Why do you think they get sick so often?
What do you mean?
Well, it just seems like riders get sick and then they're sick for like 3 weeks bad. Like, didn't he just have to shut it down for that? And
a lot of it is just because we all travel so much. So all the crews the same way. Like so in the beginning of the season,
how hard they work out nonstop and shit.
Well, you got to think in the beginning of the season, you show up to A1 and there's dudes from all over the country.
I'm about to tell you, you're in contact
touching you, shaking hands.
that, you know, just
on
all
you.
comes together and brings germs from, you know, we're all in
Like the
airports
PRI
every
flu?
week. Yeah, the same kind of thing, but we're all in airports every week. So you're just, you know, the travel, I think that's what the majority of it comes from, is because the travel is so gnarly,
Yeah.
you know, and you're just around so many different people and it all kind of comes together. Like we call it kind of the super bug every year that goes through the pits. And I mean, I think that's just the majority of what it is,
But no, I would say it's the toughest sport there is.
yeah.
I don't know where you use more energy in 32 minutes in anything else. Like if you've ever actually rode a motorcycle, and I'm not even saying like went and raced it or even raced it at the county fair or whatever. If you've rode one with any sort of, you know, like for 45 minutes and dude, your arm pump and stuff, like it, I don't know how they do it, dude. Like going that
Your
hard.
back, your knee, your arms, your
Like
legs.
right now, if you just did this, shake weight it, or like Chris Lane flagging someone old school style for 30 minutes, like your arms would never work again for 24 hours.
If you did what?
What's crazy, you get on a motorcycle.
Air dicks like Chris Lane. I love you, Chris.
Like when you haven't ridden for a while, you get on a motorcycle and you're like, damn, I didn't even know I had a muscle there and that thing hurts. But
So like I used to ride like nothing like you or anything. Like I rode at the local tracks, Mustangs, Morelands, rode county fairs, you know, rode with my friend every day in the yard on a track we kind of built ourselves. And rode, you know, like there's a local place that was all like a gravel pit / track and shit. And then I didn't ride for probably like 10 years. And then I went up north at Jack Pine, which is this like enduro race track campground thing that you can ride year round. And my buddy was like, here, jump on my brother's bike. We're going to go ride around. And like, you know, so I'm pretty good on those things. I still ride BMX and like do actual tricks and stuff like that. So like I have balance and I can ride. I destroyed it. And dude, we went hard for like 7 minutes through these trails, and I come into a turn, and I swear to God, without even really noticing this must be happening, especially because I'm death gripping extra hard. So that was a fault too, you know, because it'd been so long, so I wasn't comfortable, and I'm trying to keep up with this dude that rides all the time. And when I come into the turn, I literally just melted into the bike. And just like went, luckily it was a huge sandy turn. So like I didn't get hurt or nothing. I just bailed down. And he like turned around and looked at me and he's like, how's those arms doing? And I'm like, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to help me lift it up. I was like, I can't. I tried like 3 times and like couldn't lift the bike. So we got it up and I like limped it back. And I remember getting back and being all out of breath and sweaty and sand all over. I go to grab a can of pop and I like couldn't grip the pop. And I just sat down and was like, what the fuck? Like these dudes do this for 32 minutes straight at a level that was 100 times harder than I was just going.
yeah,
I was just like, dude, I don't know how they do it. Like, I don't even know how in a million years they do that.
yeah. Well, it's crazy because you don't forget how to ride. Like you said, you jump on a bike.
Yeah, jumped right on, was ready to go.
Yeah, but you realize how out of shape you are really fast.
I still wanted Trey Kennard to replace Jet and them when they went down.
Yeah.
I swear to God, he could have finished in the top 10 a few times.
Yeah.
You probably are like, no, he couldn't. He's old and fat and lazy, but can make 3 laps like he ever did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's still got the speed. I don't know what kind of shape he's in. I don't know. It's so hard because them guys can.
Amber's on my side. She loved Trey.
No, I love Trey too. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, he just seems
so hard. It's so hard to tell like where they would be because he might show up and be like, "Wow, he's really fast still," and he might show up and be like,
I kind of feel like he probably must not, have been that level because he is training with Jet and Hunter. If they honestly thought he could top 10 out there, they probably would have threw him on the bike.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
they should
especially
have a
if they
good
had,
idea how fast he is.
yeah. Unless he just
looks
had zero interest in doing it. I don't know.
That's possible too. He's got like a family and probably has fun just testing the bikes and stuff where he doesn't
Yeah.
have to travel. Like you said, doesn't have to go through the grueling experience of traveling every weekend. And
Yeah. And it's like when some of those guys get older, they'll ride it, like they'll still ride at a fast pace, but you put them
Dino
in
did
race
too.
scenario.
I like Dino too.
You put them in a race scenario and they're going to push boundaries that they don't want to have to push anymore.
So I said this on the table last week in comment to how, like, there's sometimes there's, a lot of crashes at War in the Woods. And I'll see what you think about this. But I feel like a lot of them come from how many fans you have and how amped up you are. You drive a little harder than you would at other places just because it's like in your head.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm not saying all the drivers do that.
Yeah.
I come up pretty calm, and because I've totaled the car there, I'm almost more careful there probably than I am other places. Like first round with Jeff's, luckily McKinney let off the gas because I had to too. I started drifting towards the center, and I lifted to make sure I didn't touch the grass, then jumped back into it. Where like I probably wasn't going to hit the grass and could have held it out, but it was going to be close. But because I wrecked there, I didn't, where I might do that somewhere else. But I feel like a lot of those drivers see those fans and get all amped up.
Yeah, it definitely throws a different dynamic in there that you don't normally have. And I think a lot of people, I agree with you. I think a lot of people look at that and it affects their decision making just because they want to put on a good show. And they want to do well there in front of everybody. And the purse is always bigger, and and some of these guys too, I see certain guys that you'll see at War in the Woods, but you don't see them at very many other races throughout the year. So it's the one race they come to, or, they might do 5 races a year and 2 of them are War in the Woods. They feel the extra pressure and send it harder than maybe what they've tested for or, are prepared for, if that makes sense.
No, I agree. I definitely agree.
I don't know. It's just hard. You get, a crowd like that. Everybody wants to put on a good show.
So no War in the Woods.
As of right now.
Have you been asked about the second Cletus race?
No.
And is that a possibility or no because of when they do it? Or you might get lucky and have an off week?
That's on like a Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, it depends on when it is. There's a possibility, but
October.
Well, I'm
4th.
sure Amber is ready to drive that trailer all the way to Florida right now. And you just meet her there. You just leave whatever Supercross weekend and just head, and she'll pick you up at the airport, and she'll drive the trailer all the way to Florida.
Well, if it was Wednesday, yeah, if she was willing to drive the truck home, I could just fly from Florida, whatever round.
Dude, you do not want to go through Atlanta.
Yeah.
That is the worst, dude. I have to go there all the time because that's where Garrett's from and that's where Fuel Tech is. So I end up down there a lot. It's the worst. Like just the absolute worst. At least anywhere I've been. And I mean, I've been to New York and Philadelphia and LA. LA is really bad too. But at least in LA, you're constantly moving 3 to 5 miles an hour. Atlanta, you'll move for a second, and then you literally will not be able to let off the brake for 35 minutes. And it's like,
I think the worst to drive through is Seattle.
See, I've never been to Seattle, so
I hate driving to Seattle. But because I used to drive the semi for our team, and I agree, Atlanta traffic's bad. Seattle's by far the worst.
ever going to Seattle, dog. Just X
Yeah.
that one off. I do want to go to Alaska someday and race that one track. Have you seen it? Where it's
Yeah.
like got all the mountains in the background and stuff. Like 1320 did a video there.
Yeah, that's nice.
That sounds sick, though.
Dude, it does look cool. And you could drive it where, you know what I mean? You don't got to like, because Sweden's the ultimate.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
would be the end all be all. But like that process is a fucking process. Like you got to get a shipping container. You got to get your car in there. Everything I heard, you got to like spray your entire car with WD-40 or it'll rust
From
Oh,
like
yeah.
out
salt.
in the ocean. So then like you got to
Or you
do a
get-
ton of prep to your car to even get it there. And then once you get it there, it takes like anywhere from a month to 2 months. And this could all go bad. You could plan out the whole weekend and they lock it up in customs for a revolt or whatever's happening in this country that you have no clue of. But man, would it be sweet and epic and like.
See, I don't think I could ever do that though, because I like
Super legend.
if something happened and I lost my car, like I would be.
It depends how rich I am. Like if I won the lotto tomorrow and was like sitting on 100 million or something, who the hell cares? I'd throw a car in there.
You could
I
fly
wouldn't take
one
the
over
car
there.
I love. I'd build a car just for the trip. And if it survives,
Yeah.
sweet, I'll sell it when I get home and pay for the trip. But
Or
You
just
gotta be
get
rich.
it over there and sell it over there.
I don't know their market, but I bet you could pull a lot of money out of a car like yours or mine over there, bringing it running.
Yeah.
Because my guess is it's a little harder to get parts in Sweden.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder.
Well, most of the
Speaking of
videos I
Sweden,
watch,
where's-
they're running
where's this-
nitrous or a blower. And I imagine that's because you can get screw blowers everywhere in every country there ever existed. Like, you know what I mean? Because you can steal them off old excavating equipment
Yeah.
and shit like that. And then nitrous is easy to get. That's why you don't see much turbos, because they don't have like probably as easy access to like Holly, Fuel Tech, Haul Tech, and then getting it all there, getting locked up in customs. Sounds
Yeah.
horrible.
Probably use like a Motec or something like that.
And I could be dead wrong. Maybe they just let shit in, no problem, and people do it all the time. But most of the videos I saw, those are what I was seeing. So that was the assumption I had, is it's not as easy to get parts there. So if you could just show up with a car like ours that runs pretty good and complete, you probably could leave there with more than you could get out of it here,
Yeah.
and then just
But-
call it the dopest ever. I
Might
can't
have to
get
go
rid
to
of my
the
car
one.
now. I've fallen in love with it. So
Yeah. Yeah. If I won the lottery
And
tomorrow, I
just
would
got
probably
the-
just start building cars and.
they got Jeff's back together. So I think we're going to go to Lapeer Saturday with that, as long as testing goes good at Milan Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. It's been a boring year.
Yeah.
You missed it Friday night on the front side. That was super weird. Radio prepped with Slicks Racing.
Yeah, I watched a video of it. I was gonna go, but I was like, man, I don't know.
So let me see
Like,
what
I've
you
got-
think. And I'm probably spilling secrets, but they didn't tell me not to tell, so this is on them. But they were saying they lowered the air pressure down to like 8. And they were kind of explaining it like, we just run over the tire real quick and then roll.
They got a floppy tire.
Then try, like, you know, because like my theory, when we run a really fast front side, is I put a lot more air in the tire than I would on like a backside.
Yeah.
So on radio prep, I would think you could put 20 pounds in your slick and run down, right? But according to them, it'll just tire shake so bad. I don't know, dude. I've never ran on anything like it, so I don't have any real.
Yeah, I've never
Experience
been on
even
anything
talk
like
about
that either.
I don't have any like desire to either, but
I
still
thought
had a
about
few
going,
questions.
but then I was like, do I really want to go beat on my car that hard when I have a whole list of cool races coming up?
That
Like,
was
I don't want
smart.
to break something, and I don't know. I was torn. I almost came over and then I didn't, but
I was gonna go Saturday just to watch me and Matt, and dude, it looked like rain. You know what I mean? I was like, I went last night. I am not going to drive down there. And I didn't even know if you were going to come and risk it. Like,
You're going to tell me I drove all the way over there and it was too far for you to drive because of the chance of rain.
I heard it as I was saying it, dude.
I'm just picking on you.
But yeah, I was like, man, you know, and I was like, I think I went and worked on a trailer instead of doing it way late at night on the way home from it.
Yeah.
But I was amazed that it got through. Once it rained, I was like, oh, okay. So then I gave myself that, like, yeah, you didn't miss. You only missed a round of racing, dog. You're all right. Like, you made the right choice. Yeah. And then, like, an hour and a half later, I'm like, oh, man, like, you made the wrong choice. They finished it.
Well, I have to leave so early for Milan. And, like, I'm leaving in the morning, and I sent Mike a message, and I was like, hey, we still go? And it was, like, 2.5 hours into my trip, and he's like, yeah, as of now, like, you know, because he had to check with the track just to make sure. He's like, on my end, it's a go.
Yeah, it's new owners and stuff, so we don't.
Yeah, so he's just like, hey, are we, like, good to go?
Feeling everyone.
It was like 2.5 hours into the trip. Like, I waited till the last minute. We literally pulled in, like, Amber she brought home 12 little chickens, and one of them was all sick. So we were dealing with that in the morning. And then by the time we got that done, I'm like, we need to, like, either not go or leave right now. So I think driver's meeting was at 3, and we pulled in at like 2:55. Like, we barely made it
before.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, I don't know if we should go or not. And I was like, man, if they race and I don't go, I'm going to be really mad at myself. Because I already missed, you know, several races, and I'm going to miss most of September. So I was just like, I'm going to go risk it. So,
well, let's hope they get some street going on here soon, because that's what I want to do with my shit more than anything else is slow ass shit that don't beat it up.
Yeah.
And go have fun. That shit's fun.
Yeah. No, it is for sure.
So if you guys are doing some of that Chicago shit that you guys do sometimes or whatever, let me know, because
we were trying to do something last weekend, but it didn't seem like a lot of guys wanted to come out, and the weather wasn't looking very good, which I think kind of hurt it. But I know Steven Camel was talking
in Ohio.
Have they?
With Ryan McCoy and them?
Yeah. I mean, I'm always down. I like street racing. I
think over at like Toledo or somewhere in Toledo or something.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's.
Battle Creek's probably still a go, but I don't think they're running on the same road we ran on. They're running on that 4-lane down the road.
Okay, where we went.
I don't like it as much.
One night after Milan. Milan had a big oil down, and I think we went over there and ran. Was the first time that 4-lane was run on.
Yeah, and I don't know if I like it as much. You're way more exposed.
Yeah. But I'm always down for some, I'm always down for some Mexico.
And 4-lane's good. Lansing's pretty fucked right now because they had that. What was it? An Impala and a Durango raced from a stoplight. So now they're on a impound anything street racing initiative because 2 dudes had their mom's cars and crashed because another dude ran a stop sign and pulled out in front of them.
That sucks.
While they were going like maybe 62 miles an hour on a 50-mile-an-hour road.
And it's called drag racing. So now it's,
street racing. We're going to crack down, they said, and go to all the local spots. And, like, you can sneak one off there, but I wouldn't risk running a race right now.
That one road that we had in Joliet was really good. And then everybody started racing on it freaking 5 days a week.
You can't do it every week. Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, like, all the kids find out where it is, and it irritates me. It's cool if they're out doing stuff. What irritates me is...
Yeah, I love that too, but like go do that on other roads. Save this one.
They can go down any road, but you find a road that you're left alone with the fast cars. They want to come out and watch the fast cars, but then they want to go race on that road every, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it's like now there's 2 police cameras out there, them like little trailer things set up all the time. And they're like running surveillance on it. And it's like, well, you know, I don't know. That burns roads up. What's that?
Dude, Mark Mauser Chickenhead that I work with or fucking work for, he's shown me a spot and it's a banger. And I think I got to go scout it a little bit and see if like all the factories are closed, because that would be like the end all be all of amazing, is that there's no night shift in any of them. And if that's the case, dude, you could pull one off. But when they come the next day and see all the marks, I don't know if you could do it again. Do you know what I mean? But like now, I think you can get a race off. And I have a spot race, like a 20-car shootout, no problem.
I have a spot that I've been scoping out for a couple of years now, and it's a like frontage road that goes to an excavating company. And I've been scoping it out. And one of the dudes that works there told me that there's a guy with a circle track car that the cops actually shut the road down and let him test on that road and make passes with it. But it's like, it was new in probably 2019, 2020. And it's a new frontage road. It's wide and it's flat and it's straight. And the dude one of the guys that owns the excavating company likes performance and stuff, so I know they wouldn't say anything about it. The only problem with it is it's right next to a major highway, and my fear with it is the state cops would see it because it runs.
Is it nice and smooth though with the excavation running up and down it? You know, some of them trucks are fucking heavy as shit.
It is nice and smooth, like it's a good road. I went out there and looked at it a couple times, and I'm like, if it wasn't right next to a highway that I know the state cops are on all the time, it would be such an ideal spot. Because there's a ton of parking there too, because there's like this big parking lot, because there's like a nature trail, like a bicycle running path and whatever. There's a big parking lot for that down there too. So if you went down there at night, like there's nobody back there.
Plant some trees along that frontage road there.
Yeah. Block it off.
Yeah.
I don't know where the smoke's coming from.
Yeah, that's a forest fire.
Yeah. But
Smokey the Bear.
I don't know. You know how you scope some of them spots out and you're like, can I get away with it or not?
Everywhere I go.
Is it a one-way in, one-way out?
I got to go to all these like hospitals and work on their MRI trailers, and they're all on a lot of these roads that like are coming out of industrial parks and shit like that, because they tend to, stash all that on the same edge of town all over Detroit. But I'm sure most of those have been fished out. But I'm also up in Flint. I'm in Kalamazoo. I'm in Grand Rapids. I'm in St. John's. If you guys wanted to go up north, we could do anything we wanted. I'm not even kidding you. On roads that are so beautiful and so amazing, and you wouldn't see a car in 24 hours maybe. And if you did, it'd be like some random dude that's going to his cabin. Like, you could park trailers for as far as you want. They're straight as an arrow. But just getting to the Michigan border, you're going to have a 6-hour drive from there. Or, no, it would be what? 4.5-hour drive. So, I mean, like, anyone coming from a distance, it's going to be a trip. Like,
yeah.
It's not a
because I'm like 6.5 from Milan.
Yeah, now add 3 hours.
Yeah.
So to go up north and street race, which we could do it in the middle of the day, whenever. But
which that might almost be worth, for me, it might almost be worth going up to Milwaukee and jumping on the ferry and coming across.
Yeah, if they'll let you do that with the truck and trailer, that would be better.
Yeah.
That would probably save you 2 hours.
It'd be more than 2 hours.
You think so? I've always thought that. I haven't rode the ferry since I was a kid, but I thought it kind of how long does the ferry take?
Oh, I mean, I guess
because you got to load it, wait for it to get loaded up, then they close it down, then they last call, then they take off, Then they get there, they got to dock, you got to get it unloaded.
Yeah. No, you might be right as far as time frame. I was just thinking like fuel wise.
Like you honestly, like in some of the spots I want to
Well,
go,
fuel-wise,
you might be better off because Chicago's so shitty to drive through to go up through the Upper Peninsula and cross the bridge. Because we're only probably where I'm talking about is like maybe 40 minutes from the bridge.
Yeah. Which you'd
But
probably
no matter
be,
what,
I mean,
we're never going to get enough people up there. And like I would, if I was to do it, you'd have to like pre-buy in because I ain't promising people a pot and five people
four
show up.
people show up. Yeah.
Because I promise if you promise like 20 grand and only 5 people show up, those 5 people are pumped. I know I would be. I show up to a race for 20 grand and they're like, only 5 people showed up, but we promised the pot. We're giving it to you. You ain't ever seen a bigger smile on a dude's face. And I imagine the other 4 are thinking the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
dude, a tiny bit of, you could not even close to have the car to win and luck your way into that one pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like everyone should be smiling, but that would be the only way, and that wouldn't happen either. We've tried it. Bobby Burton was going to hold a huge one, and it just, you could tell it wasn't going to work. Like nobody wanted to drive that there.
Yeah.
Like ideally, you're in Southern Indiana or Missouri. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're in the most centralized spot to try to get as many people as possible.
Yeah.
To an event. They used to do sweet street races in St. Louis, but I haven't heard of one of those in quite a while. Jeff Thomas won.
We went down there to one of them, and that one road that they race on, it's like UPS or whatever it is. That road was fast, but it had some gnarly bumps in it.
Yeah.
is that the one where the warehouse where it's divided 4-lane or 2 lanes going one way and then 2 lanes going the other, but it's divided?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's the one.
You know, we might be able to get an old Dino Blevins and race in Indiana. Get a good one in Indiana going.
Yeah.
We should.
I mean, I'd be down for that.
Like, throw one of these old school street races you guys used to throw.
Yeah.
I had fun at like 2. I think I went to 2 of them. Jeff drugged me to them. And they were a blast. Like,
yeah. We did one the first, like the fall of 21. I did one down in Tennessee. And it was like, you know, a Tail of the Dragon Road? Where people go to ride motorcycles.
Oh, yeah. The Mini Cooper. We own a Mini Cooper. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was like right at the end of the Tail of the Dragon. And that was a sick road.
Didn't they just street race right at the end?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
It was, I'm trying to remember all the, like, there was quite a few cars that showed up to it. It was a good one, but it was a wide road. It was really wide. Like there was enough room that we were parked, like the shoulders were wide enough that we could park down the shoulders on both sides. Like not where we were racing, but like down farther from where we were racing. And if cars came through, there was still 2 open lanes. So you had like, you know, it was a 2-lane road, but the shoulders were so wide, you had enough room. So it was kind of like a 4-lane road, which was awesome for racing on.
What up, Sherm? They're saying maybe Fort Wayne in September. I don't know. Someone tag Dean Blevins and ask him, where are we racing here in 3 weeks or so?
Dean's probably asleep by now.
You're probably right, man. That salad he ate earlier got him all tired. No protein.
I think he goes in like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Well, at least he said he does.
Never forget that, dude. We were like, where's this really good place to eat? They got this sweet salad place. I was like, what? I said I want somewhere sweet to eat. Like, what are you talking about? No one eats rabbit food. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. It's still daylight out here.
Steak. Is it here? What time is it?
No.
Oh, no, it's dark here.
Yeah.
Dark.
It's 9:30 here.
Yeah.
I'm sitting underneath the
Oh,
bleachers
that's
at the
right.
track.
You're out in California right now.
Yeah.
Downtown San Francisco, you said?
Nope.
I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. He's all,
Uh,
hey, hey, I remember you. You want the same room?
No, I have a bunch of hills and not San Francisco out here.
so are you guys the same riders for next year? And if not, can you announce or they're waiting to do that?
Yeah, no, we signed the same 2 riders for next year. So
Is there a 250 come in?
no.
Like, no? Okay.
I mean, there will be a 250 eventually. I don't know when.
I mean, they sell one, don't they, for like customers, just they don't have a
They
race.
sell a 250 2-stroke, which is new
okay.
for
I
this
didn't know
year.
that was 2-stroke.
So they were making a 300 2-stroke, a 300 RX, which is like the motocross version.
Yeah.
And they dropped the 300 RX for 2026, but they're making a 250 RX and a 350 RX, which are both
352 stroke?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which that thing's going to be sick. That's
man,
kind of that
that's
like
so cool.
that's like that big displacement. It's not quite a 500, but it's still like that. You're going to kind of get some of that crowd.
God, I would love to see Tomac like make laps on that.
Yeah.
Wide open, just no lift.
Yeah. So, I mean, that thing, that should
guy
be a really
punishes
cool
a
bike.
track.
Yeah.
He must have like even more endurance than everyone else. It's crazy because it's like watching Jet and him. Jet probably uses half the energy a race.
Yeah. The dude trains up in the mountains all year. He's in Denver. So you got to think when he goes to regular elevation,
Wrangles
like
cows.
if he can do a 30-minute moto at, a mile high, when he goes to standard elevation, he's got to feel like he's
20 minutes.
Yeah. It's a big difference, but
it's wild.
well, just his riding style too. Like he's so aggressive. It's
Burns
crazy
clutches.
because you watch him and Jet like battle with each other, and it looks like Jet's not even trying, and it looks like Eli's trying to break his bike in half.
Yeah, like it's barely gonna hold on another lap. Like,
yeah,
but they're running almost the same exact time with completely different lines. It is kind of cool, but like I'm as a Tomac fan, even though like we named Graydon's middle name Jet just because I liked it.
Yeah.
And then he turned into like kind of being a little whiny. Hopefully he grows out of it so I can not feel as bad about that move. But it's fun watching him because like I'm like, Tomac, dude, if you just follow like 6 of his lines, you'll save a ton of energy, like, and be even fresher at the end. Like, the way he kind of like hops bumps to me seems like where he's going faster and saving so much energy compared to everyone else.
Dude, the thing that I was blown away with was that Redbud, when Jet was coming out of the rollers and doubling out of that last roller over that hump on the inside, like when he passed Justin Cooper, I was just like, that's
and looked
insane.
like he wasn't even like doing anything in the process.
Yeah. But like you being a BMX skateboard guy, the amount of skill that it takes to go that last roller over that inside roller and to get that as clean as he did and like immediately drive down
like,
it.
Yes, like the drive out was.
It looks so easy, but the skill that it takes to do that is so gnarly.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's it's hard if you don't like.
So what do you think? When Deegan moves up, is he going to challenge him some or no way?
I don't think.
I see Deegan more as like a Tomac style. Like, I'm going to push this to a limit no one else will and hope that's fast enough.
Yeah, I don't see Deegan doing it right away. I can see, they're going to have good battles. And
and this
Deegan's
is all
definitely
one injury away from never talking about this battle again for either dude. because the sport is fucking brutal.
And like, I don't know that Deegan's going to be able to get on a 450 and hang it out quite like he does on a 250.
Yeah.
You know, because a 450 can definitely bite you when you do that, you know, because Deegan has some moments where it's like, wow.
He's holding on for dear
that?
life. Like, you got lucky to an extent.
Which, you know, you can look back on it, and Carmichael and Stewart both did that a lot and got away with it. So I'm not saying it's impossible.
Yeah, but back then you blew your knee out, you kept riding. Nowadays, the doctors don't even let you. It's not even an option for you to decide if you keep riding.
Yeah.
Although someone was riding, one of the Cowie riders with like a dislocated shoulder, not a dislocated shoulder, a fucking dude, something was broke. His collarbone or something? What was that?
Yeah, it was one of the club guys had surgery on a collarbone and then raced like right away with it.
And just made it through the season. I thought that was cool.
It might have been Cody Schock, I think is who it was.
Yeah. I always liked what's his name that's now announcing. He was like a phenom. Cincerillo. Yeah. Because he broke, like, it separated his shoulder and like still finished second, like got up and muscled through that race.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so cool.
Yeah. No, he always seemed like a cool dude too.
Yeah, he seems super nice.
Yeah. So, heck yeah. I'm excited for you to get your Coyote car back together.
Dude, not as much as me. It's weird. There's nothing there. My garage is like empty. And now because everyone keeps coming over and they're like, oh, you ain't got a car in here? Got a hoist? You know what I need to do? Like, you want help? Oh, yeah, sure. Like, let's work out all your guys' shit.
You're like, that's exactly what I was dreaming about doing.
Where when my car's in here, they kind of like don't even ask. Even if it's just, we could push it out. Unless it's real bad. Unless it's lifters on Matt's truck. It's always lifters on Matt's truck. 4 times now. Damn Hemis.
At least it's not missing a cylinder wall like mine.
Yep. Glass half full.
Let me see if I can find the video of this and send it to you real quick of that, like how bad that motor was when it came apart. You'll laugh at this. Let me go back and find it. Because I pulled the head off and I had to pull the head off to get the to get it out of the truck, I believe. Here, I think I found it. It's sending. There, it should have went through on my end.
It just come through. Messaging back to Chuck real quick. I love Chuck so much. Chuck ended up sponsoring the car this year. On Tilt Racing, everyone.
Nice.
Okay, so boom. Ah! Ta-da! Look at the pile down there. Is that the wristband dug in?
Yeah, I had to take the head off to get the torque converter bolts out of it, to get the motor out of it, out of the truck. But it's so weird because all the other cylinder walls look fine. Everything else looks fine, and that one just
no issues.
Yeah,
that's wild. Okay, so King of the Columbus this week, and then you're heading to Iowa next week, correct?
To Iowa, to Miss Ashley's Clash in the Corn.
Miss Ashley's Clash in the Corn. I think if everything goes well with Jeff's car, so Jeff, Rob, and Doug, put everything back. We took the whole motor down. Like they took the rods out or the bearings out and made sure they were good. So I think we got all new bearings. So they refreshed the motor. We did find one of the push rods and lifter was fucked up, and the cup and the rocker arm. So we changed all that.
What the fucking shit?
So we should be good as long as we don't have to make too much power. I don't think we'll break anything. We put a better input shaft in. So we're going to slam that back together, hopefully test well Wednesday, and we'll be at Lapeer this Saturday instead of King of Columbus because mine won't be ready realistically. And then the next weekend, I think we're going to try to find something for mine. So
Nice.
we'll either end up in Iowa or Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah, I mean, either one of them. Then I think the following weekend is another PYOP.
And we'll be there goofing off because Friday night they'll have a front side race. So we'll run Jeff's Friday night, take that home, swap out to mine, and get our ass kicked by you Saturday.
I mean, that would be my first time beating you. So,
yeah, but maybe I'm like kryptonite and you'll just always make some mistake. And it's just like a hack.
Possible.
Duke can dream.
Then I think the following weekend. What's that?
I said Duke can dream. Plus, like, I better try to race with you the week before PYOP so I can be like, hey, let me like get some ideas on what you're leaving on with this coyote or how you're running this down through here with this coyote and what are you shifting at before like we draw each other first round and I'm like, well, hey, Brian, do you want to, like tell me how I'm doing here?
I'll be like, 5,800 RPMs on the leave.
Yeah. You already said once it wasn't as different, like that much different than the LS, but I imagine like the shift point's a little higher, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, it all depends on what your converter is doing.
Yes, and that's going to be a huge question mark for us.
Yeah.
Because it's not really spec'd for what we got, but sometimes I feel like that don't really matter. It's spec'd for the same amount of power we're going to make.
I switched mine over. I stayed with my LS converter when I had stock cams in mine. So,
well, this new trainee's big shaft 400, so like I couldn't even do that as an option.
Yours was also making. I mean, your LS was a lot different than my LS. So,
yes, I was more like where you're at now.
Yeah,
power wise, like how far you can turn up and stuff.
Yeah,
which I don't know. A lot of those backside races, I wasn't even turning up that much, so.
Yeah, really, but yeah, you should look into that Hillsborough race too, that multi-state cash days, because that
one
sick.
I really want to try to do. Like I said, I talk to Steve all the time. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah,
so it'd be cool to go hang with him for a weekend, and you guys come to all our races like religiously, all those Onodagas I've thrown and all that shit. So I probably owe you guys one.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be a little bit of a haul for you, but it's definitely worth it. So.
Patrick knows.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to run out there to hang with Jeff. Plus, like I said, we can run both cars at that race. And not on the same night in the same class. Like different nights. So that's always cool. Because if one car has like some sort of hiccup or issue, at least we got to run the other one or whatever.
Yeah. So
guarantees the weekend. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to jump off. I haven't ate tonight, so I'm going to go grab some food. This has been a blast. We're going to keep doing this again.
Brian, do you have any sponsors or anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I don't.
Okay, well then I got a good question.
Amber.
I thought of it earlier. That's a really good sponsor. We love you, Amber. Okay, here's the question. If you could race anyone right now, anyone, any style of racing, anyone, who would it be and where would you want it to be?
Oh, man. I don't know. That's a tough one. Probably.
Hold up. I got you. This will help. Limpy loves this too. Okay.
Oh,
Now you know we're fully back if we're jamming the tunes.
Honestly, I really want to race Ryan Mitchell at Cash Days on the Hill on a 28.
All right. I like that answer a ton.
That's
okay. Now since like,
I'm not saying
what lane you
I'm gonna beat
picking?
him.
What lane you picking?
Right.
All right. I love it.
I gave him right lane on 26s, and I felt like that was the better lane. I went faster on that. But I was really disappointed they got rained out on Saturday because Ryan's a bad dude. He is.
No, he's the king of the hill right now. No one's denying that.
Like,
no one.
Like, he is a bad dude. And that was the first time I've ever got the opportunity to race him. And I told Happy before I even raced him, I said, no matter what happens, I said, I'm going to have out a notepad. If he beats me, I'm going to know exactly where he beat me. I'm going to know exactly where he was better. I'm going to know exactly what he did. Because I've always strived to race the best. And that's what I want to do, because I want to learn, like, if they're doing, I want to know where they're beating me. I want to know where I need to improve. So I was really bummed it got rained out on Saturday, because I was hoping that we could race each other on Saturday. Like I said, not because I'm like, I want to race the baddest of the bad. And I feel 100%. Like right now with the kind of racing that we're doing, I feel like that's him. So,
but yeah, that's Ryan. And
so
he
that
does
would be
it so many ways.
Yes. That would be my race.
And then you two are a lot alike. Like, both of you are not scared to try something right now, and then even pull it off and ditch it or keep it forever.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, on 26s, I didn't talk about this. I don't think that really anybody other than my crew knew this, but before my buy run, I was like, I'm not going fast enough to win this right now. I jacked my car up and changed a bar angle before my buy run. Didn't even know I had the buy run, but I was like, I think that I need something different. And I swung for it and made a change that really, really helped it. But you're right. I'm not afraid to do that in the middle of a race. If I feel like it's going to be better, I'm not just going to do it to see what it does. Obviously it's a calculated decision that, I think I can.
But you trust your gut. You trust your first instinct, because you're, at least in my experience, your first instinct a lot of times is almost like muscle memory. Yeah. And that's why I always pick it. If I don't pick the second guess. Now, that's different than me walking up and like seeing an oil down or seeing something that happens before I go that I will second guess what my first thing was. But 9 times out of 10, whatever I thought first, I go with.
Yeah.
I don't touch it.
But yeah, sometimes you have to take those calculated risks, and it's hard to do because you're like, man, I'm making good passes, but I feel like I'm leaving something on the table. And I don't know, doing that stuff on the fly is sometimes a difficult decision. That.
That's the whole game. That's why it's fun.
Yeah. But that's also the stuff, that's the things that Ryan's going to do in a heartbeat without even, thinking twice about it. So to be competitive with somebody like that, you have to be willing to take those.
Yeah. And you're talking about a guy that is made laps.
And he does a lot with a little too.
A lot. Yes. He's very similar in how you do it. And he's just made laps, and he's really good, and he's very smart. Yeah. And his lineup guy is absolutely out of this world.
Yeah.
So that's something I feel like gets overlooked a little bit with Ryan, is how fucking amazing Eric is at reading surfaces. And
it's, I agree. And I know, Joe and Joey Hennemway, from over there in Michigan, like them guys, and my buddy Chris Player and Amber. Them guys have been helping me a ton. Like, if I have anybody to thank, it's that group of guys and Amber, because like Joe and Joey, I met Joe from racing Milan, and every time I'd pull into the lanes, he had $100 bill on my side. I was like, man, I don't know who this cat is, but he seems cool. And we started chatting, and like them guys come help me a ton. I don't know if you've noticed that, but
Yeah,
like, usually
they're awesome. I love those dudes.
Usually,
they've been doing this with us for a long time.
Yeah. Like Joey's usually the one backing up my car now. Him and my buddy Chris, I tell both of them, like, I don't care who's the guy. Like, it can be both of you. I don't care. Like, I prefer both your guys' eyeballs back there, but when I have them behind my car, like, I know it's going to be, 100%.
No, yeah, that's like Jacob and Bill for me, or Sean. We have a few guys, but yeah, dude, like.
But like you're saying, that's overlooked a lot of times in a program that's a huge part.
Relies on it.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't work without them.
Yeah.
See, like,
Ryan's guys the same way.
I've always like thanked Johnny quit, because that was so, like, when we started out, we won some rounds, we beat a couple people we shouldn't have, you know what I mean, did some cool things, but like, it was all luck, and we weren't really realizing that because we didn't understand this well enough. And then we went to that Street Outlaws testing or whatever that Johnny invited me to, and like, we did our first burnout and started backing up, and like halfway back he's at my door and he's like, stop. And we like shut the car off, and then like I get out and he's like, the fuck are you guys doing? And then like, we didn't even know, like, we're supposed to be trying to be, keeping it straight, and you want to burn out in your groove that you want to go, and like started breaking down all these things. And you could tell, like, me and Chris were like, okay, that makes sense. Like, we just kind of thought you guys were out here making them straight. Like, dude.
Yeah.
And that changed. Like, right then was that like run we had where we won like 3 straight PYLPs, and it was that big of a difference. That was like the only thing we changed to the program. And I'm in the pit before this trying to figure out, why could I 60 last time, and why could I not this time, and why did it go towards the wall? And like, we're figuring out that we had everything fucked up. Like, that's why we were inconsistent way back then. Now it's progressed so well,
and I've always said too, like, I mean, me, I help a lot of different people with just different, obviously I'm not sharing all my secrets and stuff, but I would rather have the car next to me doing it right and go down safely.
Yeah, no, 100%.
See them doing it wrong. I know you're the same way. Like, it could be somebody that I'm not even very good friends with. And if I see something, I'm like, hey, like, because you see certain guys too that the same kind of thing, you can tell that they just don't have a clue, and they're putting them somewhere they shouldn't be. And I'm like,
well, or they went there and their crew couldn't show up, and they grabbed not, if you were ever one of these dudes, don't take this the wrong way, but I always look at it as like Happy Gilmore, which just came out with the new part 2. He just grabs like a caddy from the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, I've shown up to races where my guys didn't make it, and I grabbed a dude from the parking lot. Like, legitly was like, someone come down and was like, if you need any help, man, let me. Yes, like, I do today. And then I just hope someone like you catches if they do something just astronomically bad. Because I don't know, like.
But you understand what I'm saying. I would rather give a little bit of advice to the dude next to me and have him go straight down, even if, they beat me. It
happens to be I spin and he beats me. I don't really care.
Yes, but I would rather, like, see a car go straight down than somebody wreck or,
wad up there,
whatever. So,
yeah.
But
well, all right, guys. We've thanked sponsors. We've asked questions. Limpy smoked so much weed that his eyes won't even come on, and he's shooting from the set of Blair Witch Project 3. Good night, guys. Thank you so much, Brian.
Later, boys. Hey, thank you for having me.
Later.
All right.
Appreciate it,
you
man.
guys.
See ya.
Later.